with me.
Good morning, Super Nintendos. You switched to a very special live episode of Nintendo Voice Chat, all part of IGN's Summer of Gaming. I'm your host, Logan Plant, along with Per Schneider. Good morning, Per.
Good morning.
And Nick Lamone. Hey, Nick.
Good morning, folks.
And in 30 minutes, we're going to watch a brand new Nintendo Direct. We're doing a watch party, meaning we'll be here watching it with you in real time. That's starting in just a bit, but first we have a lot to talk about. We're going to do our predictions with about 15 minutes to go to the Direct as more people start to trickle in. So it's been a big week for games. So I think we should start right now by talking about some of the biggest third-party games that were announced this week for Nintendo Switch 2. And Nick, I know you've been dying to talk about Final Fantasy VII Revelation, which is coming to Switch 2 this next spring on the same day as other platforms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think that this is kind of a no-brainer for the Nintendo Direct. This is the first time that a Final Fantasy remake game is going to be multi-platform at launch. This is something that Square Enix has gone all in on. They've been working on parity across all platforms for the past few years now, and that's just started to pay dividends with the recent release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that just hit Switch 2 last week. So, yeah, this just all makes sense, and they seem to be making a statement that they are not a PlayStation-associated exclusive or an exclusive window anymore, and they just want to go all out at launch, and I think that's going to do numbers for them. I think this is a huge win for Square Enix, and I'm excited for everyone to be able to experience the thrilling conclusion to the Final Fantasy VII Remake saga all at the same time.
Yeah, and we saw a couple screenshots on Nintendo's website of what this game looks like on Switch 2. It's a stunner. Like, I've been very impressed with Square Enix's output so far on the console. Per, do you care about this one at all?
I do, yeah. I played both of the first ones on PlayStation, but I've seen the Switch versions, and to me, it's sort of a reaffirmation that Square Enix believes that Nintendo is going to be in first place in Japan.
Yeah.
And it wants to obviously support that market, and then secondly, it's such a great tech demo for what the Switch 2 can do, right? Like when we heard the announcement, we're worried about what it would look like on the console. The fact that they pulled off the second one, which has all the open world components, and that it looks that good while playing it, I think just bodes well for the third one as well.
Yeah.
And I also think that there is some level of worry from a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 users is this going to be a compromised version in any way, shape, or form? And I think, again, Square Enix is the tech wizards over at Square Enix have figured out how to cut back on the elements that will hold the Nintendo Switch 2 back in a way that doesn't make you feel like you're getting a lesser game. I know one of the things that they've done is remove a lot of item clutter in the overall open world / just environment in general, and it's nothing that takes away overall from the feeling of the game, so you don't even know it's gone.
The hair is the stuff, right? Yeah. Where when you get close to characters, you can really see the difference. Yeah. But most of the time, you're playing zoomed out, and so you don't get that sort of impact of the downgrade so much.
Yeah, with Square Enix specifically, I think we're getting to the point where the conversation doesn't need to be, oh, what's this going to be on Switch 2? I think there's a lot of hesitation about that so much in this first year of the generation, but as we get further, I think that you can have confidence that these games are going to be pretty good.
And I am a little bit curious, I'm not 100% all in on what the upscaling tech that the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is utilizing. I know that it uses some sort of proprietary NVIDIA DLSS to some extent, but I am curious to see if this is like a flag in the sand for not just third-party games, but also I would like to see that technology leveraged for a first-party Nintendo title in the near future. Yeah. I don't think there has been one that has done it yet, so I'm curious to see if we do see something today that's like, all right, we see what we can do with something like Rebirth or potentially Revelation, but let's see what we can do it with a new Zelda game, perhaps.
I know. I'm so excited for today for that reason. I think that this is going to be kind of the rollout of kind of wave 2 of Switch 2 games. Like, we're a year into the console, and we know that a lot of Switch 2 games started as Switch 1 games, and they couldn't handle that hardware couldn't handle it. Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, so they shifted them to Switch 2. But I think Star Fox is clearly a game that started on Switch 2. That was meant to be a remake as a Switch 2 exclusive, and today I think we're going to see the next wave of first-party Switch 2 exclusives from the ground up. And yeah, I think we'll probably see the best-looking Nintendo game ever today. We don't know what it's going to be, but I'm just going to throw that out there. I think we're going to see that. But another third-party game that got announced that is coming to Switch 2 in 2027 is Resident Evil Veronica. We just had Requiem earlier this year on Switch 2, which was awesome, and now this is going to be a remake of Code Veronica that's coming next year. Nick, what do you think?
I mean, Veronica, I think out of all of the remakes that Capcom has been going through, I think Code Veronica, the original, is the one that desperately needed it the most. I think it's a fascinating game, really cool settings, really cool environments, but just really badly balanced in a way that is arbitrarily difficult. And there is an infamous boss fight that you can soft lock yourself out in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
If you famously a game with limited ammo resources, but also respawning enemies. So not a great combo.
I played it on Dreamcast, and I think it's the only early Resident Evil game that I dropped off of. Like, I actually stopped playing it because of those problems.
It's tricky.
Even though I was like dazzled with, when you see Dreamcast games running
it's
for the first
beautiful.
time, it's like really pretty. But yeah, I'm excited to play this. And I'll say that Capcom are tech wizards when it comes to getting stuff to run on consoles, right? Whether that's Monster Hunter or on Switch consoles or Pragmata recently,
great.
which is graphically really intensive game, and they pulled that off pretty well.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I've been playing the whole Resident Evil series this year. I've played a few in the past, but I'm finally getting really into it. I thought Requiem was amazing. It was my favorite game this year until Mina the Hollower, which is my current game of the year. But I'm very excited for this. And I love that most current Resident Evils are letting you swap between first and third person, because first person's pretty intense for a lot of people. So hopefully we could do third person in this one also, because the trailer was first person, which surprised me, because originally that's a third person game, and we've never seen them remake a game that was in third person into first person.
They love
So that's
doing the
interesting.
chase sequences where in first person where it's just so intense because you don't have the zoomed out view and you don't see the chasing character behind you, and it's super creepy when they do that. I wish they would stop.
Yeah. Well, they make like a Resident Evil every single year, so they're not stopping. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis is coming to Switch 2 on February 12th of next year. This is a remake of the original Tomb Raider, and I think this game just looks really awesome. It looks so Uncharted to me. Obviously, Tomb Raider, Uncharted have been passing the ball back and forth for the last couple of decades. But Per, what do you think of this remake?
Well, talking about games that deserve a remake, right? The original Tomb Raider, for me, was really special because it was the first real sort of Indiana Jones game, running on a 3D console. And I remember the moments when you step onto the open and the music starts playing and you see a dinosaur and all that. It was just, it's full of such great moments. But then the developers back then, Core Design, struggled with, getting everything to run smoothly and getting things to actually feel like fast and responsive. And so it's a game that feels like classic Prince of Persia 2D, where you have to contemplate, you have to hit the button for her to jump in like a couple of seconds later, right? And so it doesn't feel as connected to the player as modern games and obviously the Tomb Raider reboots have. And so going back to this classic game, which has amazing moments with the two guns and with the dinosaurs and all that, I'm super excited about this one.
Yeah, same. I think this game looks incredible. It's a technical feast for the eyes, which I always appreciate. One thing that got me really excited about the game in particular is the performances. We had the actor who mocaps and plays Lara Croft over at ign-live over the weekend, and she really sold me on the game. If you haven't checked out the interview, I highly recommend checking out. She was so fun to watch on stage and a great time. But one thing that always stood out to me about the original Tomb Raider, my first like real platformer has always been Mario. And it's always the one-to-one. I push the button, you jump, and in something like Tomb Raider, I was a little bit taken aback at first when I first experienced it because it was very deliberate in a way that I wasn't used to.
Yeah.
But I really kind of come to appreciate that about the original. It is a platformer first and foremost, and I'm curious like how they can modernize that without losing that deliberateness of the original in a way that to me is so ingrained in the original Tomb Raider.
It's funny. It feels more like Dragon's Lair than like a modern platformer, right? Because you have to really sort of calculate in advance. And I will say, like a lot of the cool flourishes in this game, I'm hoping are coming back, and I think we saw
Like the
hints at it.
handstand?
Like the handstand, when you go up a platform, you can, if you do it right, do like a flip handstand. And it's like the first time you discover that, it just brought the character to life. Or like the way she jumps into the water. Every other 3D game, characters just went yahoo, and they just jump like feet forward, and she does this awesome dive and stuff. It's
very elegant.
Lots of memories in this one.
Yeah, I tried this one out in the remastered collection that they released, and it's rough to return to in 2026. So this is a really cool game to remake, and it just looks so cinematic and really awesome action adventure way, like the slow mo as she's swinging through the jaws of a T-Rex that we see in the trailer. It looks really, really good. A big revival that was announced last week is Spyro: A Realm Beyond. Spyro the Dragon is back, coming to Switch 2 in 2027. Toys for Bob, who made Crash 4 and some of the remastered trilogies, is returning to make a brand new Spyro game, which I think is a really cool return and one that's very aligned with Nintendo fans. Like this is a good one to get on Nintendo platforms.
It was the most Nintendo game on a PlayStation, right?
Yeah,
it
right,
used
yeah.
to be sort of PlayStation's answer to Mario 64. I'll say never quite as good, but a fun game, and it obviously had the sort of flying element with Spyro being a dragon in there, which was really fun. This is a talented dev team. They did Skylanders on Nintendo platforms in the past. You know, Toys for Bob up in Marin County, California. That was my neighborhood, so I've met a few of them, and I think they can definitely pull off something really good looking on the Switch too.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like the Spyro trilogy. I agree with you, Per. It is definitely like a downgrade from top-tier Nintendo platformers. That's an extremely high bar to clear.
Yeah.
But these are really, really good games. And just great to see it come back, because Crash 4 was a huge hit. It was a great game, a fantastic modern revival. Spyro deserved that. So many years passed, I wasn't sure we were going to get it, but I'm really glad that we finally are.
Yeah,
really cool.
I've never been a gigantic Spyro fan. However, you know, coming from the caliber of the studio, I was a big fan of Crash Bandicoot. Was it Back in Time or something like that? The fourth one.
It's about time.
It's about time. And one thing that has me excited about this in watching the trailer, because when it was announced, I thought to myself, I sleep, I don't really care. But then when I actually watched the trailer, there's a bit where you see kind of like an Spyro taking to the skies and soaring around, and it reminded me a lot of like Ratchet and Clank for some reason, and like an open hub style world, and that has me really excited. And based on the end game of It's About Time for Crash Bandicoot, that was brutal hard. So if they inject some of that difficulty in the late game for Spyro, then maybe I'll be all in on this, because it does look really pretty.
Well, it is about time to take a break. We're going to take a quick break, but next it is time for our Nintendo Direct predictions. We'll be right back.
IGN Summer of Gaming is presented by Evil Dead Burn, only in theaters July 10th.
The average Cinefix movie list features nearly 100 different films and approximately 25 minutes worth of wall-to-wall deep dive analysis. To simulate that pace for this 30-second ad, we're featuring 26 different films, and before you say it, no, that math does not check out. We're not math people, we're movie people. We can't even count down from 10 without ending up at, like, 96. Subscribe to IGN Movies and TV for more Cinefix movie lists. Bad at math, great at movies.
Can't find that final collectible you're missing? IGN strategy guides and interactive maps are here to help.
One step at a time.
IGN guides are trusted by millions, easy to use, and best of all, free. IGN has the very best, most complete and accurate guides for Shadow of the Erdtree, Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, and so much more.
See? It's good, right?
Every guide is tested and verified for you by experts. Just search for IGN when you search for guides.
IGN Plus is where your adventure begins.
What are you selling?
Plus is the place to get unlimited access to all the tools you need to beat your games.
Here's what you need to know for bringing down Gloomspawn.
Plus, awesome exclusive discounts on IGN Store.
Maybe this would tease open your money pouch.
Plus, ad-free browsing on IGN.com. Plus, unlimited game help tools like premium interactive maps with your own custom map markers, filters, marker notes, and more.
This will come in handy.
Plus, access to sweepstakes, giveaways, and free game keys.
Wow. Exactly.
Want more? Head to IGN.com/plus and start your adventure today.
You're watching Nintendo Voice Chat, part of IGN's Summer of Gaming, and guys, we're just minutes away from the June Nintendo Direct. It's the first General Direct in 9 months, and I have big expectations. Let's start with the one everyone's talking about, which is the highly rumored remake of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Per, you reviewed the original Ocarina of Time on IGN, and now, 28 years later, we're hearing about a remake. What shape do you think this is going to take?
Look, we already got a remake of this game on
We
the
did, yeah.
3DS, and
A very
was-
good one.
It was
Good one. Yeah.
very nice. I mean, it's not apparent when you play the game as to how much work they really did
Yeah.
in making this remake. Like the geometry, a lot of the areas are completely changed. To sort of keep pace with modern platforms. The old game had a lot of tapestry and pre-rendered stuff in the background, and they created real geometry. I'm expecting something along those lines, where now, if the game is running on a more powerful console and the Switch 2 is very, very capable, that we see something that is actually visually more... I'm expecting something that looks better than Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom
it
running
should.
on the Switch
Yeah.
2, which, look beautiful, but were Switch 1 games and obviously upscaled and running at 60. And so, I'm hoping for a really nice lighting system. I'm really curious what art style they use, because
Yeah.
the 3DS art style is very much the sort of bright green, classic look of the Zelda games. And the N64 version was actually much more drab than the 3DS one when it comes to color schemes. But I'm expecting it to look like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Link, to create some continuity with those games.
I don't know. One of my favorite things about Zelda is that Zelda always looks different, and we've been in this Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild art style for almost 10 years now, and so I kind of want this to mark the start of something different and not necessarily that cel-shaded look again. I really like it. I love how those games look, but I want this to look different, and I think when Nintendo revealed the Star Fox 64 remake, and we saw the direction they went with that, and it's this like realistic animal-looking thing, I was hesitant at first. I love that look though, and it kind of just opened this world for me of they can make Zelda look like whatever they want, and I hope it's risky, and I think it could be really cool.
Yeah, and it's not going to look like Wind Waker. I think
No,
that would be
no.
a really funny moment.
Yeah.
I don't think people want that drastic of a departure, or like if you think about how Link's Awakening was remade to look like little toy figures and everything being shiny. I don't think they're going in that direction. But like people always talk about, I just want it to look like the old GameCube demo of what Wind Waker was going to be, and it's like if you go back,
I don't think you do.
don't want that.
They're like plastic dolls.
No,
I don't
it
want
looks
that.
very plasticky, and that was a pre-rendered action sequence between Ganondorf and Link there. So I'm just really curious. I mean, it could just look like the 3DS game, bright colors, but with nicer geometry and better lighting.
I'd be a little bit worried about like a high fidelity Zelda, because I just don't want it to look like those, fan-made Unreal Engine 5 tech
I know, I
demos
was thinking that
with
too,
with just
yeah.
like a lot of like shininess to it, like plastic look. I guess this is a pie in the sky, but I would love it if there was like that. There's like this co-op retro anime game that's coming out soon. It's like
Orbitals.
Orbitals, yes. Orbitals, something in that like very late 80s lo-fi anime aesthetic could be set in a like again in an Ocarina of crazy choice, but I think that to your point, Logan, we've been in this open world Breath of the Wild semi-cel shaded look for so long, and I think that Nintendo would do its best to delineate this entry from the open world Zelda games. Who knows? Maybe this will be an open world, but only thing I really want to see from an Ocarina of Time remake is an embellished and expanded Hyrule Field.
Yeah.
Give me more things to do in that, because when you're a kid playing through Ocarina of Time and you get to Hyrule Field for the first time, it's like, oh my gosh, this place is huge. But, we've played Ocarina of Time for decades since, and every time we return there, it's like, it looks a little bit emptier than I remember it every now and
Well, maybe
then.
there are Koroks there. You get to around a little bit, right? Like the open world really is very empty. There are very few sort of bombable areas where you drop into a cave and usually just has a cow or something in it, right?
Exactly.
So, it would be nice to add a little bit more there.
Well, let me tell you my dream, which is that I think a lot of people want a very faithful remake and just want to return to Ocarina of Time. And my take is I still find the 3DS version very playable. The original's still on Nintendo
Yes.
Switch Online. Like if Nintendo's working on a Zelda game, like I want Nintendo to work on a Zelda game. I want them to, like A Link Between Worlds, I think about. That game started as a remake of A Link to the Past on 3DS. And then they said, oh, we have this idea to merge into the wall. And then it became an entirely different game. It's a sequel in the same world. Yeah. I want Nintendo to take a risk with Ocarina of Time and say, let's take this framework of this adventure that everybody knows and like make it like the Great Plateau in Breath of the Wild, which is the best part of that game. It's this self-contained but completely open area. It's like, I don't know, I think Ocarina of Time but feels like the Great Plateau, where you can climb over these mountains and go into these towns and areas in any order you want, but they still have these bespoke linear dungeons. I think that it could be a really cool way for them to experiment with, well, how do we incorporate dungeons with key items that people love and miss into a more open format, and then take those learnings into the next enormous 120-hour open world Zelda. That's what I want this to be. I don't know if it's going to be.
I don't. That would mean it being the A project that they put EAD, NCL's team in Japan on it, and they pause development of whatever the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom sequel will be, and dedicate their resources to this, and in which case, they can't resist, right?
Yeah.
They'll tinker, they'll improve. Suddenly, there's new dungeons and stuff. I doubt it's that, because I think they're also working on the big open world game. Those are so lucrative and so popular.
I have a theory for that, which is I think that the next open world Zelda is still fairly early-ish, and we've seen lots of interviews coming out of Nintendo and Monolith Soft. Monolith makes Xenoblade, but they have a second team that assists on the open world Zeldas, and Aonuma, the producer of the Zelda series, has been saying, we want Monolith to make original content for Zelda. So what if, while they're in kind of pre-production in EPD on the next open world Zelda, Monolith makes this remake, and then when they're ready to bring them in for full production, then they all go onto the same project. I think that Monolith's making the Ocarina remake, and I hope we learn that today.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Very talented team. Certainly knows how to do open world stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is Zelda Ocarina of Time. I think we're going to see more Zelda stuff too. I think that we're going to see Twilight Princess come to NSO. That game turns 20 this year, and it's Zelda's 40th anniversary, so hopefully they'll do that.
The rare GameCube version.
Yes, the GameCube version.
Yeah.
The better version is
Left-handed
the GameCube
Link.
version.
Left-handed
Yes.
Link.
Yeah, the Wii I can't do the Wii version because the world is flipped from how I know it. So I think we'll see that. I also think we're going to see Star Fox. I think that's our next big first-party game. It's out in a couple of weeks. And Nick, I know you have a prediction about what we might see.
I mean, they made a big point to showcase those beautiful cinematics that are going to be in the Star Fox remake, but they make it a point to show you a giant cutscene from the beginning of how James McCloud goes missing, which again was a little bit weird because part of the fun part of James McCloud doing interesting things in the game is the fact that it's so mysterious of why he disappeared. So I suspect that because they are doing so much emphasis and so much like new story content, we're gonna play as James McCloud and maybe whatever his squadron was called. I forget.
Star Fox.
Just also Star Fox.
Yeah, they were
Fun
original.
fact, James McCloud is just Fox with sunglasses, so you kind of got that if you get all the medals in the original. But no, I think that's a really good prediction, because I don't think there's much new that there's left to show. Like, I've poured over the footage they showed. I recently replayed Star Fox 64. It is exactly the same game, beat for beat. Yeah. Everything is the same, and it's like, that's because the original is such a well-tuned machine. It really is a wonderful, wonderful game. And so, I mean, I would love something fresh, but I'm not going to be disappointed if it doesn't show.
Same.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Nick. I think that there are going to be some extra levels with James. I think
that'd be so cool.
Yeah. I also think that we're going to see amiibo support for Star Fox today, and my prediction is I think they're going to finally release that posable, transformable R-Wing amiibo that Miyamoto talked about 10 years ago that he wanted to make as this
How
amiibo.
much is this going to cost us?
$49.99.
Yeah,
Pear, you got a spot on your shelf already, Pear?
Yeah, I already made room. I have a cupcake acrylic riser so that I can tier them just in case.
Okay,
this man amiibos.
Yeah,
it's a big
You should
collection.
see his office. It's awesome. But I'm excited to see more Star Fox. I previewed this game a couple of weeks ago in New York City, and it's just great.
Dude, look at Zone S, how good this level looks
beautiful.
now with the water. This is one of the all-time classic amazing levels.
Yes.
Mikio, with the best freaking shortcut.
Pear,
you can hit it.
Talk to me about Fire Emblem.
I think it's time. Nintendo hasn't shown a Fire Emblem game in a while, and that includes, issuing remakes or re-releases on online. Fortune's Weave is finally going to reveal itself. Obviously, we got a nice tease at the announcement, but how long has it been?
That was last September. That was the last General Direct.
So this is presumably a this year game.
Yeah.
I could imagine if Ocarina of Time is a big holiday game, I could imagine them putting this into February of next year, which if you watched any of the other Xbox, PlayStation presentations, next Q1, Q2 are going to be packed packed. If
Yes.
everything everyone announced with a February date is actually coming out, it'll be very, very packed. And Nintendo hasn't plopped something into that time frame yet. So. Yeah, like, I'm a huge Fire Emblem guy. I discovered the series on the Super Famicom before it came to the West, and played the Japanese editions.
Genealogy of the Holy War.
Thracia, all that stuff back then, and I reviewed the first GameCube iteration when it came out here. Recently replayed all of them. GameCube,
Nice.
GBA, both GBA titles. I am so ready for this.
Yeah.
I've fallen a little bit more in love with the less complicated Fire Emblems. Like, I
too.
do think that the hub world got a little, and the stuff you do between battles got a little bloated, to the point where, I sort of, whenever I start a battle, I'm like, thank goodness. But there are lots of people who like this sort of the cozy and relationship aspects of it. So I don't think that's going to be gone. I think this game is going to be more like the Three Houses setup. But I'm curious to see what else they introduce, because they usually sort of nudge the series forward with interesting bits.
Yeah. Now, I think we'll learn a lot about this game today. I think that kind of from the reveal trailer, it looks like there's going to be 4 routes, 3 houses. You picked which school you wanted to lead, and I think there's kind of 4 champions here, and that's been their thing. They did it in Fates on 3DS. Even the remake of Echo Shadows of Valencia had 2 armies you controlled. So I think that's it. They wanted to. You can beat this just doing 1 route, but if you want to play it for 180 hours, you can play it 4 times.
But I hope I hope we don't get these sort of Pokemon split it into multiple games set up.
I think they're not doing that again.
The 4 versions was a
Birthright.
bit much. I would
Birthright,
love one
Conquest.
game. I would love one game with the house or player choice, hero choice.
Yeah, and it's currently slated for 2026, but I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, Per, if it gets pushed. The Duskbloods from FromSoft also is slated for 2026. We haven't seen it at all yet, so I think between those two, one of them is going to be a 2027 game.
Yeah.
I think Duskbloods is 100% going to be an October game.
This year? You think it makes it?
I think that's coming out this year. I think it's about time we see this. I think we're going to get a healthy portion of some FromSoft in today's show, especially in this. When this was first revealed, I was excited, but I wasn't really enthused because I'm not a huge Extraction guy.
Yeah.
However, that has since changed with the advent of Marathon.
Nice.
I'm all in on Marathon, and also Night Rain. Elden Ring Night Rain was incredible. So knowing that they understand that formula and they can make something compelling, and it has this gothic wrapping around it, I'm all in. I cannot wait for this. Please give it to me, Miyazaki.
We have just about 1 minute to go until the Nintendo Direct. Nick, final prediction.
Pie in the Sky.
Yeah.
A Paper Mario sequel, please. Give me a turn-based action RPG where you have to just time the button correctly.
That's it.
That's all I
Back
want,
to
Nintendo,
basics.
please.
Yeah.
Or a Super Paper Mario sequel.
Yeah. Per, how about you? Last prediction?
Well, I think mine is the same as yours. I don't
Luigi's
wanna steal this
Mansion?
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion. It's been a while since we've seen Next Level deliver something, and Luigi's Mansion 3 was not just freaking awesome. You have to play it if you haven't played it, but it was a top seller.
It's also beautiful.
And,
It is.
And with the Mario movies, and maybe Luigi is gonna get a bigger starring role in the future, I do think that they want to get another one out.
Yeah, I think so too. Luigi's Mansion 4, Duskbloods, Fire Emblem, maybe a Metroid, maybe a Mario. The Nintendo Direct starts in 5 seconds. We're going to watch the whole thing right here with you, and then we're going to do a special episode of Nintendo Voice Chat right after, talking about all of our favorite reveals and surprises. So be sure to stick around after the show.
It's time.
Yeah, here we go. 50 minutes. It's a beefy one.
That's because it's 35 minutes of Star Fox. One entire run of the game.
Here's how long it'll take to beat the game.
Yeah.
That's not true. There's multiple routes. Don't believe Uncle Nick.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
We're getting Switch 1 games too, they've said. So I imagine they'll start with a Switch 1 block.
Just Dance.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. First, here's a game that's coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
Ding ding.
Please,
Number 1.
take a look at this.
Hello.
Oh, Rhythm Heaven.
My name is Lowell Miss Reeds, and I'm known for my reading aloud
Dude, I
skills
cannot wait.
and more.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm here today to help show you the Rhythm Heaven Groove game. Beep.
This rocks.
Rhythm Heaven Groove. Playing this game is pretty simple. Just get into the groove and press the correct button. That's all there is to it. It's not always the same rhythm. Listen carefully to the beat. Find your flow, and you'll be able to feel the rhythm. 2, 3, 4.
So happy this franchise is back.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's like laugh out loud mini games.
Yeah.
Over 80 all-new rhythm games are included. And
I also just
as you
love
play
its art
through the
style.
game,
Yeah.
you can unlock different modes. For example,
The kingdom's everlasting peace rests on your shoulders. Finally, you're awake.
go forth, magician,
I can't lose.
and use the magical power of rhythm to beat monsters.
Welcome back, Mother 3.
Yeah.
Cast a fire spell with BA, and a healing spell with B down A. B down A, like that.
That looks great.
So you really want to fight, huh?
What spells will strike a chord against the foes you face? Groove on and tip the scales to victory.
It's time for the Who's Got Rhythm quiz show.
Plus, there are even more rhythm games in the lineup. Enjoy all of this while playing solo. And
Dan, Emily, Leo, Sarah.
I love the dispassionate voice.
Yes.
Yeah, they're super
up to
into that with
4
like
players
Tomodachi
can
Life and
enjoy
this.
dedicated rhythm games. Note the timing and block the arrows.
Grab the snack at exactly 3 o'clock.
Or aim for 3 o'clock on the dot.
The snack.
There are over 30 cooperative
Oh, that's a classic.
games
Yep.
to play. Get into the groove solo.
How do they come up with
that?
Seriously.
Rhythm Heaven Groove hits the Nintendo Switch system July 2nd.
Awesome.
Oh, it's so
Pre-orders
close.
are available now on Nintendo eShop.
That was Rhythm Heaven Groove for Nintendo Switch. You'll also be able to play it on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Please wait just a little longer for its release. From here, we'll introduce games coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Here we go.
Oh, that's
Some
it.
games that will also
Oh, okay.
be available
Okay.
on Nintendo Switch. Let's begin with some headlines.
Master the way of the sword.
Has this been announced for Switch 2 already?
I don't think so.
Awesome. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Way of
RE
the
engine,
Sword, a
basically
new
every
entry
RE
in the
engine
swordplay
game.
action series is slashing onto Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll take Toshiro Mifune wherever I can get him.
Overrun by monsters known as Genma. Now, Miyamoto Musashi must prove himself beyond measure. Parry. Deflect. And the powerful counterattack Isen. Master these techniques to strike down the enemies in your path. Oni armaments are also at your disposal to turn the tide.
Not too
of
shabby
battle.
for a handheld game, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
it looks
looks
great.
awesome.
You can even use Joy-Con 2 motion
Okay.
controls to intuitively slay Genma. As fate.
Wonder if they're gonna make Amiibo because they did for Resident Evil and Pragmata.
Oh, yeah. Onimusha.
I would buy an amiibo of
Launches
this
on
one.
Nintendo Switch 2, September 25th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Your unwritten epic begins. Dragon's Dogma 2, Dark Arisen
Wow.
is heading to Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
Dark
2.
Arisen. So this is an expanded version of Dragon's Dogma 2.
Burdened with the
That's
fate
cool.
of slaying the dragon who was taken
People
your
were
heart.
suspecting that this would get a Dark Arisen
In this
version.
expanded version
That's
of
the same
Dragon's Dogma
subtitles the
2,
first one's
explore
expansion,
the
right?
new
Yeah.
land of Norgan, seek out spoils, then appraise them to reveal new weapons, armor, or skills. With these arms at the ready, take down powerful monsters in this single-player action RPG adventure. From a fighter specializing in close-range combat to a mage skilled in spell casting, choose the vocation that fits your playstyle. Plus, you can lead up to 3 pawns, custom companions who act on their own.
It looks nice.
When
These
taking
games
on
rock so
massive
hard.
monsters, you can climb them to strike their weak points. Fighting alongside your pawns is key to victory. In a world between dark and light, embark on an adventure and tell a tale all your own. What fate awaits the Arisen and their pawns? Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen launches on Nintendo Switch 2.
Wild that Nintendo
October
gets
9th.
the announce the Dark Arisen version.
Yeah.
Endeavors await in these games. Earth has been driven to the brink of annihilation by mysterious
Stellar
light
Blade.
forms called the Natiba. Now, join Eve on her mission to save humanity and reclaim the
I really did not expect to like this game as much as I
Engage in
did.
high-speed
It's so good.
combat that focuses on timing. Then find your opening and strike. Defeat enemies to acquire new skills. Then strategically deploy them to fit the situation. Can you save humanity and reclaim Earth for humankind? Stellar Blade launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this year. Blast off!
Hey, there's
Here's
Co-op
Orbitals. We need a date for this one.
Protect your home in an expedition across the galaxy. There are many interstellar areas to explore. Melt ice to make a path. Activate devices in time with the beat.
This art style's crazy good.
Escape from incoming enemies.
So
and
pretty.
more. Brave the dangers ahead in your voyage through the stars. 2 players can also work together locally or online using GameShare.
That's
Work
cool.
together and overcome the crisis of the cosmos. Orbitals launches exclusively on the
Nice.
Nintendo Switch 2 system September 3rd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Journey through the Glade of Dreams.
Hey, there it
in this
is.
bold reimagining of Rayman Legends. When a shadowy villain starts spreading corruption, it's up to Rayman and his friends to leap, glide, and punch their
I love
way
this
through
game. I do miss the
charming
old
and
art style.
colorful worlds.
Yeah.
Ride dragons across
It was
realms.
Yubi's
Dive
last
into 4 new
hurrah for
musical
like
stages.
2D.
Yeah.
2D, right?
Yeah.
Added content. Up to 4 players can go out.
I do love the rhythm levels from this.
They're so
Also
good.
Song
play a
levels are
revamped
so
version of
good.
Kung Fu, using
Remember they had
GameShare
levels.
locally
This was a Wii U
or
game
online.
first, and they had levels with the
Rayman
gamepad.
Legends
Yeah.
Retail
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Launches on Nintendo Switch 2, October 1st.
That's a good game.
It's a great day for a big walk.
Oh.
Get lost with friends in this online co-op walking and talking adventure. Set off through a peaceful world, brimming with challenges, puzzles, and lots of things
See a
to
little
discover.
choppiness there.
Enjoy the sights and sounds as you work together to find your way around. Use all sorts of tools to stay in touch. And figure out new methods of communicating if you're in a pickle. They might even be a little unconventional. And if you're not quite up to adventuring, you can always just relax with your pals. Enjoy the sunset, dance the night away, or steal something from a friend and kick it into the ocean. You know, the usual stuff. You can also use mouse controls or hang out with friends using cross-platform play. After all, spending
Cross-platform
quality
Switch
time
2?
together is the best part of a big walk. Strolling onto Nintendo Switch 2, August 4th. Season the seas.
One Piece?
Build your very own floating restaurant. with the
nice.
straw
Wow,
hat grill.
isometric.
A cooking sim
Cook up
as
recipes with
Sanji?
Sanji.
That's pretty fun. That's such a good idea.
This looks like the iOS, the mobile tower.
Yeah.
You know, the
Restaurant
art style.
tycoon style.
Yeah.
Then serve your customers as you run the restaurant.
And the art style really suits,
By searching for and
I think, One
collecting
Piece. That's neat.
ingredients, You'll expand your menu offerings. Use devil fruit abilities to prepare piping hot steaks. Or whip up tongue-tingling tauntaun noodles. You can make all sorts of delicious dishes. Spend in-game money to change up the restaurant's interior and expand it to attract even more customers. Over 400 characters from the One Piece series will appear.
Wow.
Mouse controls are also supported on Nintendo Switch 2. Get ready for a feast of epic proportions in One Piece Grand Gourmet, sailing onto the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems October 20th.
Kairos
Oh, it is
off.
Kairos off.
Yeah, that. Oh, Pokopia DLC? Johto expansion?
That'd be crazy.
No, underwater.
Underwater, yeah.
They're doing like the Animal Crossing flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep
Oh, great.
adventuring in Pokemon Pokopia, even beneath the sea. Explore the world on the ocean floor with a free update.
Oh.
By using the new move Dive, you can enjoy life with Pokemon living under the sea. Plant grass, build structures, and expand your towns underwater.
What a great game.
This
Yeah.
free update is
It was
scheduled to
already
release
so
in
huge, and there was so much to
2026.
fix, and now you can do
That's fantastic.
the whole ocean. That's great.
And there's more. The Pokemon Pokopia expansion
Oh,
pass
okay.
DLC is on the way. Discover a brand new town, Bubbly Basin. There you'll find new furniture, new outfits, and new friends.
Oh, wow. Cool.
The Pokemon Pokopia Expansion Pass paid DLC will be available later today on Nintendo eShop. Part 1 of the paid DLC, Bubbly
New features.
Basin, launches this August. Part 2 and Part 3 will launch at a later date. Look out for more details in the future.
What a game.
Yeah.
Subnautica 2.
Or is it Winds and Waves?
No, it's not. That was...
Okay.
Koei Tecmo?
I thought.
Looking forward to more content.
Yeah, they did
Oh,
Pokopia.
yeah.
I
Okay,
thought
it
they
took
were
me
gonna
for, I
go
was like,
into
are we getting a
Waves.
Muso Pokemon game?
Yeah. I didn't think we would see Winds and Waves
take a
today,
look at
but they
this.
got me for a second.
Yeah, I thought that was the next game.
This is the Dagdan Empire, a
Well, this is
prosperous
Fire
land
Emblem.
ruled by the gods. The capital, Daxian,
Yep.
It
plays
is.
host to the heroic games.
I like the Roman
The
setting.
winner of which is granted one wish. Powerful fighters from across the land have gathered to participate.
So happy.
The story revolves around 4 heroes. Kai, a young boy determined to win the games to save his imprisoned father. Dietrich, a swordsman ever on the hunt for a stronger foe. Theodora, a queen seeking to fulfill the long-held dream of her homeland. And Lita, a musician with her sights set on revenge. Guide whichever character you choose to victory
Yep.
as they
4
weave
routes.
their own unique
This looks
tale.
good.
Yeah.
Between matches, you can strengthen your forces in different ways. Hone your techniques
Free
at the
time.
training grounds.
I'm figuring it out.
Recruit new allies. Or travel beyond Daxian's walls to gain experience.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
How you spend your free time is up to you.
Dungeon crawler?
Yeah.
That takes
Yeah.
the form of turn-based tactical battles. Consider your weapon's range and your unit's strengths on the battlefield. Plus, each of the 4 main characters comes with their own special techniques. By using these techniques to the fullest, you might turn the tide of battle.
Rejoice with me at the advent of the underworld.
You look upon the promised one, who will route you here and guide the living
Oh, is it
to
like
salvation.
Sacred Blade bringing in a lot of monsters?
Yeah, it looks like it.
To upheave
Sacred
the
Stones,
world.
sorry.
She's the one from Three Houses, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
The darkest dark.
We got a date?
September 17th.
17th.
Very nice.
Very soon.
Very
Fire
nice.
Emblem Fortune's Weave launches September
great.
17th.
Excellent.
Alongside the standard edition, there will
wow.
be a special edition, the Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave Dagdom Collection, that launches the same day. Please look forward to it. Let's continue with some more headlines.
Welcome to the next level of ninja battles. The first part of Ninja 2 is sneaking onto Nintendo Switch
Great
2.
plateau.
Seriously.
After accidentally breaking a forbidden seal, you're stranded on an uncharted planet. Overcome the dangers lurking here to safely return to Earth in this open-world action-adventure. Use Ninja Gum to freely traverse this vast world in search of clues to get back home.
Movement?
You can also blow a bubble, float in the air. Defeat enemies blocking your path with weapons crafted from Ninja Gum. Summon buddies with Gum Ninjutsu to unleash powerful attacks. Additionally, up to 4 ninja can team up in local or online multiplayer to chew through tough battles. The first part of Ninja 2, Uncharted Planet, launches exclusively
First part. Thing? I've never heard of Ninja, but it's from Gung Ho.
Challenge barrels in. Coming to Nintendo Switch
King of Swing?
Online on Nintendo Switch
This is
2,
the achievement
the
thing.
limited
That
time
was
DK Challenge event.
Limited
Take on
time.
Challenges across many Donkey
Oh,
Kong games
awesome.
available with Nintendo Classics.
yeah.
By completing them, you
It's
can
like
earn and enjoy
NES remix,
collectible
but
digital
built into
challenge
NSO.
cards. You can attempt even more challenges.
Oh, there we go.
So
Great.
it loads up the games, but has bespoke
Or
challenges.
take on developer.
I don't know.
They say you have to have the game.
Yeah, you're in it. So
Challenge
instantaneous.
can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch online app. and the home menu.
to find it.
You'll be able to barrel through these limited time challenges.
So it starts today.
Later today.
Quick.
Yeah.
Everyone,
DK Island and Emerald Rush paid DLC.
Is there more?
Limited time collaboration with Super Mario
okay.
Brothers is
Hey, it's 3D Mario.
and Paul
Baby Mario and
Hey,
Baby
new
Luigi.
outfits.
Mario and Luigi.
Oh no.
Plus, there are coins,
Like I'm one of the only people that still plays this.
question blocks,
Emerald Rush
and
is really fun.
more. Experience Emerald Rush. Never seen it before with a Super Mario Brothers twist.
Sure.
Collaboration event will be held in 4 waves. The first wave
I would have really liked new
later
layers
today.
for DK, but that's cool.
Trying to do more like service game stuff, right?
Yeah.
Creators of Vampire
back in.
Survivors.
Play cards.
Nope.
A Jujutsu
The latest game
Kaisen
from the
expansion?
makers of Vampire Survivors.
Ridiculous.
Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivathon. Cast a spell onto Nintendo Switch 2. To 8
Well,
players
this is gonna make
compete
$1 billion.
online for the top spot in this Survivors Royale. The start of a match, players don't battle directly. Instead, take down enemies on your own.
It always
map
looks
to
so
earn
simple when you watch it, but when you
Each
play it,
time you earn
it
100
never stops.
points.
Mm-hmm.
Add a rule to your run, including ones that hinder other players. The match culminates in a head-to-head final battle between the top two players. Who will be the final survivor?
And make games with a very unique genre.
Characters can be unlocked on players near and far, or go it alone against computer-controlled opponents. And rise to the top. Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivathon launches.
What a name! Survivathon.
Square Enix is jealous of this.
You up for the challenge in these games. Brutal, unforgiving battles storm on Nintendo Switch 2. In a forsaken world, a looming
A UE5 game on Switch 2.
It's good.
Now, only one kingdom endures. Defy the will of the gods to save the remains of humanity. Master brutal melee combat, devastating sorcery, and ranged attacks. Test your mettle against towering abominations on your journey across the realms of the living and the dead. A hero must rise for God to fall. Lords of the Fallen 2 launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this fall. Story of Pinocchio in Lies of P. In a city under siege, you must fight rampaging
They're putting
mechanical
everything on Switch.
Finally, like true parody, it feels like.
Yeah.
Great.
Take on enemies using customizable weapons and prosthetic arms that allow you to swap between
Great game.
different
I love Lies of P.
this. The lies you tell will alter your fate. Lies of P Complete Edition, which is the Overture, a prequel expansion to the main
blocking
game.
the date.
Launches
But
on
digital
Nintendo
version
Switch
available
2
first.
August 6th. The order later on
Nice.
the most recent entry in the legendary Devil May Cry series.
Hey, Capcom acknowledge Devil May Cry. Let's go.
There's a ton of Capcom games in this.
Another RE Engine game.
Yeah.
Each armed with different battle styles.
Devil May Cry 5 is so good.
Hordes of demons and epic bosses. Pull off stylish attacks, dodges, and combos with your vast arsenal of weapons and skills. Enjoy thrilling, high-octane combat at 60 frames per second. In and plus additional content such as battle tracks, character colors, and Devil Breaker weapons for Nero are included. Devil May Cry 5 Devil Hunter Edition launches on Nintendo
I should replay
Switch 2,
this one.
June 23rd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Third-party lineup finally filling in here, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
Vanillaware and Marvelous?
Yeah.
Miramasa?
Demon Blade.
So you're looking for some runaway ninja named Kisuke.
I still have some others in this world. I shall make him pay.
Let's show we farmers have spirit. You've sentenced me to die 7 days from now.
Start repenting if I were you.
An action RPG for the ages. What fate awaits those who wield the demon blades?
Rebirth.
Revenant.
This was originally on Wii, right?
Ages ago.
Nintendo Switch 2
That was
editions
2027.
of these
I know.
games are incoming.
Now I can
Okay.
finally try to replay this.
All 3 games run at 60 frames per second.
Set aside some 200 hours.
Yeah. I got time.
Full HD handheld mode.
Goodness, these games needed the Switch 2
also
port.
have enhanced resolution and frame rate.
But they're good because
only that-
X got one this year. It was
Yeah.
really, really bad.
But you can travel on a high-speed vehicle.
Sure.
Control blades to fight mercenary squad battles in the sack. And put your strength to the test against waves of enemies in
Oh, so that's like a
a variety of other
yeah.
content added to each of the 3 games. More details will be revealed at a later date.
They're gonna make a huge.
The digital version of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive
Later
Edition,
today.
Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, and the upgrade pack will be available today.
1999, I would presume.
Version launches on July 30th. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 will be available on the dates shown on screen.
Get about a couple months each game. It's easy.
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles games are getting the Switch 2 editions. New features will be added to each title, so we hope you'll check them out. And a new season in the is about to begin. Here are some early moments from the game.
Here's what Monolith is doing.
Yep. They don't give up on this.
水も火も風も世界を制るその上で形を変えたものだ。そして戦いをするのはいつもあなたとその力を自在に振るう騎士だ。
この剣の名に恥じぬよう承知します。ここが竜骨。
その石はアニマ小石。騎士の力を増幅させるだけでなく、そのものの行動や思いも刻みます。これからのあなたの学院生活のすべてがその石と共にあると思ってください。
Yeah, at the academy. Yeah.
This looks so pretty.
Looks like the thing in Attack of the Clones.
人殺しの職業奪われた側はどう思うんだろうな。
真実見つけてみない？
Games are the closest you get to like Nausicaa.
Yeah.
Utah World.
稲田被告の限界を教えて。
あいつ使えず攻撃して騎士の力。
すべてはアニメと共にある。
帰るのさ、あの場所に。
さあ始まるわよ。兄上行ってまいります。
ここは6つの太陽に照らし出された大地。
That looks so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
破れた神の恨み、未だ晴らされてはいないこと。
It's like
It's Halo.
really crazy. Yeah. Is it 4?
Just Genesis.
Okay.
I wonder if this is set before the events of Xenoblade 1.
Nice. Yeah, they work fast.
Yeah.
Xenoblade Genesis marks a new beginning. What kind of story do you think will be? Please look forward to future updates. Next, please
Switch
take a look
Sports
at this.
or Mario Tennis? Switch Sports Resort?
Yeah.
Oh, it's back!
Coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Give me some pilot wings.
Nintendo Switch. Nice.
Latest game.
I
Use
love
Joy-Con
Blue
2
Island.
controllers as Ryans.
Ping pong, thank you.
Or even handles.
There's your wave race.
There are 12 sports to choose from, all with intuitive motion controls. Let's go over them.
Let me throw a frisbee at the dog.
And out and in boxing. Make quick shots to keep your opponent
No
on their
Mii's
toes.
though?
In table tennis,
You could in Switch Sports, but the
aim
main one were
center of
these
the target
characters.
and let that arrow fly.
Yeah.
In archery, in with different types of shots in tennis.
Switch Sports did over 10 million units.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Set and spike in volleyball. Roll the ball straight or give it a spin to strike big in bowling. Dribble, pass, and shoot to score in basketball. Adjust your shot's power, then swing
bring
your
back a
club
lot.
in
All of them
Yeah.
from Switch Sports so far.
Yeah.
Except soccer.
Battle with one thumb and
Okay.
hand your
Okay.
opponent in thumb wrestling.
That's fun.
That's why no thumbs, man.
Using mouse controls.
Oh,
in
is thumb
skateboarding.
wrestling a sport?
Open world resort. Dude.
Here
Yeah.
and coast along the waves.
I want to
in
fly a
power
plane
cruising.
like those.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And fly around freely in prop plane. Plus, you can warm up for these sports
It's jump rope
with
challenge.
Jump rope. You can create and play as a sportsmate.
Sportsmate?
Sportsmate, I think.
Oh, there's Yumi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss Woohoo Island. I do. I did.
Just let me walk around Woohoo Island.
Yeah, I know. Never do.
Nintendo Switch Sports Resort launches exclusively on the Nintendo
That's a
Switch
weird
2
fall
system,
game. That should be a summer game.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Nintendo Switch Sports Resort is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. We show all the sports included, but since we have the opportunity, let's try one of the new sports, wrestling.
Gameplay demo from
Before the
Koizumi.
match, let's go over the rules. Hold down your opponent's thumb for 3 seconds, and you'll win.
I like
Why it's a 50-minute direct.
I like Nintendo showing you how thumb wrestling works.
Oh, yeah. Tackle to
And if you
escape.
keep your thumb held down, it'll
It's 2007. Oh my.
Customizable fails.
You'll need this to claim victory.
You know so many people watching. So mad right
Thumb
now.
wrestling match. The thumb moves. Just like
Let's go,
this.
Koizumi.
Here we go. Let's have a good match.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Oh, got him right away.
I like their picture-in-picture stuff.
Yeah,
Those are cool.
yeah. Like game chat.
All right. Let's try this. Oh, we bumped thumb.
Maybe they'll do
Go, go, go. Hold
knee
it.
faces in game chat.
Oh my god, that'd be so good.
You have to keep them pinned.
This is the most Nintendo thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Wait.
Nintendo is back.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. I like weird Nintendo better than.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay. Thumb started to sparkle. The nail got bigger.
I'm honestly shocked this made the direct right now. This is so long.
It's okay. Everything's fine. My thumb returned to normal.
Has anyone scored yet?
No.
This is the rest of the direct.
Oh, I got deflected. Ah, wait.
Come on. Oh no. There's no way he's gonna lose in the direct. He lost.
I lost.
That was real gameplay.
Wow. Koizumi confirmed bad at thumb.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Resort.
That's the one that went. He lost to the computer.
Let's move on to more headlines.
Nice. He snapped with that thumb.
A land ruled by dragons. The world of RuneScape comes to Nintendo Switch 2. An ancient power has awakened the forgotten continent of Ashenvale.
Becoming the RPG console, huh?
Yeah.
Explore a land
Open world
with
RPGs
magic
on the go.
and uncover lost secrets on your journey to face the Dragon Queen. In this survival crafting adventure, delve into the mysteries of Ashenfall, amongst the ruins of fallen civilizations. On your expedition, harness the land's transformative magic to gather resources, craft gear, and build shelter. Then, step into battle, forge weapons, sharpen your skills, and face the danger that awaits. Survive the wilds, unveil lost secrets, and challenge dragons. RuneScape Dragon Wilds, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 September 15th. Get on board for these games. Customize your own avatar and
So
play
bright.
in the adorable world of Hello Kitty Party Land.
I thought it was gonna be like a plane game because they told me to get on board.
40 character-themed mini-games and several board games.
I'll do anything
it's
for
Mario
cinnamon
Party.
roll.
40 Sanrio characters to meet. Plus, you can choose from 16 partners, collect stickers, and so much more. Hello Kitty Party Land launches
Very
exclusively
crazy
exclusively on
screen.
Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch, October 29th.
So let's get down there and
Hey,
finish the
go.
job.
Hi, Star Fox.
Blast off for adventure across the Lilat system with Fox McCloud and his crew.
Well done, Fox.
A battle for the fate of the galaxy.
I love that
begins.
boss.
Yeah.
One you have to throw bombs at.
Launches on Nintendo Switch 2, June 25th.
It's a reminder, or are they going to show something
Free
new?
demo that includes a
Oh,
tutorial
that's great.
and one of the game's opening stages will be on Nintendo eShop.
You're getting one of the great stages.
Yeah, cool.
Dude, lock on. No.
It's within the crystals.
Cool. Oh, is that a black mage? Is this a Final Fantasy thing?
Whoa.
Said crystals.
Get ready for the first Final Fantasy game in HD 2D.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's awesome.
This is
Oh.
Oh,
the behind the back
Yeah.
looks cool.
that was cool.
It's a little bit different from what we've seen in Octopath, though, the style.
Yeah.
Lies on the brink of annihilation.
That looks like Golbez.
A knight of Grandshell
That cloud?
must journey across the realm with his companions to stop the Veritas.
This looks really awesome.
Thrilling turn-based battles call upon visions.
Yep.
Iconic
There he
Final
is.
Fantasy heroes from other worlds to take down
Omnislash.
monsters. Can you uncover the truth behind the Veritas?
This looks cool.
And the secret the crystals hold.
Oh, I'm into it.
Final Fantasy Resonance
Wow.
launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems, October 22nd.
Oh, switch in, switch
A
to
weird, whimsical world is waiting.
There's so many RPGs.
Piku Niku returns in a new 3D puzzle exploration adventure. What
Yeah.
do giant fruit, malevolent robot frogs, and an all-powerful potato have in
looks
common? Nothing. Other than a shadowy conspiracy, of course. Meet a cavalcade of curious characters, each with their own problems and puzzles to solve. But beneath this seemingly happy world lies a sinister plot to squeeze the locals for all they're worth. Time to join the resistance by using Piku's surprising abilities. Help solve people's problems in surprising and downright oddball ways. Feeling baffled by these affable denizens? Break these strange encounters and bring about an ultimate understanding. And in the sequel, navigate and explore in full 3D as you discover the secrets of this vivid, colorful world. Get ready to wonder, solve, and gossip in Piku Niku 2.
I like the
Launching
fry
on
guy with the
Nintendo
mustache.
Yeah.
Switch 2 next year.
There's so much alliteration in this particular presentation.
Prepare for
Dragon Quest builders?
all new monster-filled adventure.
Or monsters. They did just announce
Oh,
monsters
monsters.
at
Yeah,
the
that's
Dragon
right.
Quest event.
Yeah, I think this is the one that's a spin-off of the Hand of the
Five?
Heavenly Bride.
Find themselves
Yeah,
lost in the
Yeah, that's what
because these are
Bianca?
two. These
Yeah.
are two of the like marriage candidates.
They
So it's
gain
like
the
a
power
what
to
if,
turn monsters into friends.
I would assume.
Spot a monster you fancy? Scout it.
I've never played any of the monsters
Win
ones.
it over, and it'll fight by your side.
They're the creature collectors like Pokemon.
Maybe the Game Boy one.
And that's not all. Synthesize two monsters to create more powerful allies. Now, take on the most fearsome of foes. A team that's uniquely your own. Adventure is calling. And it's monstrously fun. Dragon Quest Monsters. The Wizard World.
That's funny because when they announced it, it sounded like it was far off, but I guess they just couldn't show it because it was going to be here.
Yeah.
Duskbloods?
Looks from.
Yeah.
Finally.
On the ancient blood sovereign's honor. We are monsters. Each vying for blood.
Ah, you're finally here. Worthy spirit.
February 2027. Oh.
Today. Summer. Not yet. So that ain't coming this year. Then,
No
huh?
way. No.
Yeah.
Oh, this is staying on the screen for long. Okay.
How was that? Next, we have more news about an upcoming treasure hunting game.
Treasure hunting. Oh, Raiders. Splatoon Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
Hey everyone,
That's next
here's
month,
some
right?
fresh news about Splatoon Raiders, a new single-player focused adventure. Check out this neat little place, the hideout ship out on the water. There's Deep Cut, a trio of swashbuckling musicians. And this scrappy individual? That's you. Let's call this handy youth the mechanic. The four of them are using the hideout ship as their hub, hunting for treasure across the Spiralite Islands. Alright, time for a quick
Dungeon. Because in an earlier trailer.
This is one of the few games I feel like I just actually genuinely know nothing about from Nintendo.
Have you ever played Splatoon?
I played Splatoon, but Raiders is the one I just haven't tracked on my radar. This looks cool though.
It's like almost a mix between the single player and the multiplayer modes, you know? Sort of horde defense and
yeah.
Exploration bot. A member of Deep Cut pilots it during your treasure hunts and attacks automatically. Lulls you in the air for extra height. And even gets out of the bot to unleash special moves.
That's
like
cool.
this.
Another
Also
RPG?
support in the form of gadgets. There's one that continuously fires ink after it's placed. Another that slices through enemies. Another that spins ink around you, and more. And the best part, you can use them together. It'd be nice if that made things easier, though. So to recap, do not underestimate the salmonids. This is tougher than it looks. The salmon aren't the only powerful ones around here. That you, the mechanic, will also get stronger by leveling up. And you can customize all sorts of upgrades to fit your playstyle. Oh, look, time's up. There are even more details to cover in the upcoming Splatoon Raiders Direct, airing on June 30th. And in the smart device app Nintendo Today, see the story events leading up to Splatoon Raiders with daily comics ahead of launch.
We got lore
Plus,
drops
in
on Nintendo
collaboration with this
Today.
game, there's going to be a special
a
Splatfest
Splatfest.
in Splatoon 3. The theme looks like it's about Splatoon Raiders. Details will be announced.
You don't know?
Yeah, you don't know.
This out too. See ya.
Oh, bye.
All right.
See you later. We got 5 minutes left.
Yep.
What did you think? Splatoon Raiders
about
is
time.
just around the corner.
Probably two more things.
Oh,
Hey, pair.
Whoa, look how different.
Yeah, they're so different.
We hope you're looking forward to it. Let's see some more headlines.
More head. Can I have Ace Attorney 7? That's all I want in this world. No, it's not this.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh,
this
Deltarune?
Deltarune.
Dude, Deltarune is so good.
I can't believe they got this to run on Switch too.
This is Mother 4, actually.
Yeah, I know. Totally.
Or 5.
Oh, when's it launching?
Chapter 5 launching
June 24th. June 24th.
Oh no, is this a definitive version of Metaphor? Do I have to replay this game?
Kingless.
New content?
Whosoever hath truly earned the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown by right of kings.
This is the United Kingdom of Ukraine.
Oh, just Metaphor Fantasia. Okay. Just coming to
The next king
platform.
shall be decided by the
Yeah.
will of the people. By decree of
Solid
the king,
RPG.
as his face floats in the sky, the tournament for the throne begins. As the realm grapples
Didn't this
with
get
its
Game of
first
the Year
was
from
just gonna
IGN?
Solid Game of the Year.
yeah, fair enough. I'm not
As
wrong.
one of the throne's candidates, you'll travel across the kingdom,
I like this.
forging
I played
bonds with compelling characters along the way. Various enemies stand in your path.
This battle's ours.
There are monsters roaming this world,
You'll feel this one!
as well as other candidates, and strange beasts known as humans. Control your destiny and change the world in Metaphor ReFantazio, launching on the Nintendo Switch 2 system November 12th. Create, explore, survive. A dedicated Nintendo Switch 2 version of Minecraft.
120 frames per second, 4K. Let's go.
For sure.
Minecraft
Oh
Adventure
yeah.
on Nintendo Switch 2 with support for vibrant visuals.
Support.
And embark on a journey across a world with enhanced lighting
love
and shadow effects. Plus, Nintendo Switch worlds can be carried over, so you can pick up right where you left off. What will you create next? Minecraft launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this year.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yeah, I think we knew that was coming.
Master Collection Volume 2.
This is the third-party real quick fire.
Usually means there's like sometimes two things left, maybe one.
Looking at my watch, I think one thing. Yeah, Warhammer.
Saber game? Okay.
Maybe we get.
Ooh. Observer is a good horror game with Rutger Hauer in it. AZ, what year is it?
New console. Every new game, every old game is coming back. It was a 2 collection.
Hey, I don't think they've shown Peace Walker gameplay.
Oh.
Later today.
That was a great game.
Tales of Eternia. Whoa. Yeah, this really feels like
SnowRunner. I love SnowRunner so much.
You and Seth Macy.
Getting stuck in the snow has never been as much fun.
Very generous RPG direct.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get a 90-second Nintendo ending teaser.
Yeah.
The battle of light.
No way. Kingdom Hearts
approaches.
1 through 3? I guess they had a cloud version, right?
Yeah.
So
Filled with
native
memorable
makes
adventures.
sense.
3 collections of Kingdom
Oh
games
wow,
are
all the
coming
collections.
to Nintendo Switch 2. Traverse through iconic Disney and Pixar worlds. Befriend all sorts of magical allies. And battle enemies.
Yeah, this feels
in
long
action
overdue.
RPG combat. Relive these
But
stories.
them acknowledging Kingdom Hearts again, just always eyebrow
alongside
raise.
Sora and his friends as they fight
Well,
the darkness.
Could mean that they end on.
Versions on Nintendo Switch, you can transfer your existing save data to these Nintendo Switch 2
Oh,
games.
nice. They should also
These
give them
3
for
collections
free.
launch on Nintendo Switch 2, October 8th. A bundle with all 3 compilations. Kingdom Hearts Collection 1 through 3 also launches October 8th. Additionally, a free demo of Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
Download the third game in the series? Sure.
And there's more.
No way. Organization 13 is back. This is the Shibuya analog.
この世界に来たことで、この世界にも私たちの定義する闇が現れた。
Wow.
Oh my gosh, how did...
See,
Oh, no way.
that was just the warm-up. There you go.
Dude. So this is like a continuation of what we've seen already from the trailers.
Now they can finally run on Nintendo console.
This looks further along than
yeah, looks good.
I ever would have thought it would be.
Yeah.
Come on, anything, any date or anything.
27.
At launch.
At launch.
But no date.
So further committing to the multi-plat at launch.
Next is our last announcement.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 4 and then something else?
Well, it's got to be Zelda, right?
It has.
It has to be. Yep.
Yes.
Long ago, there was a land called
Voice act. It's so weird to hear voice
created
acting
by
for like
beings of
Ocarina
supreme divinity.
or something else.
At the very
It's
top
Ocarina.
of this land, there lay a small forest.
Okay, come on, that's Ocarina.
The stylized Deku tree.
A tree quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest. These forest dwellers were called the Kokiri. Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods.
Do the Wind Waker tapestry open?
However, there was one particular boy who did not have a fairy.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. What? Very high fidelity. Ocarina of Time. There it is. This year.
Wow, okay. Are you guys gonna leave us hanging?
The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time will be reborn on Nintendo Switch 2. More details will be announced in the future, so let's look forward to them.
Man.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Earlier this year, Devon-san was appointed as the new president of Nintendo of America. We'd like to conclude this presentation with a few words from Devon-san. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Koizumi-san. Hi, everyone. I'm Devin Pritchard, and after 20 years at Nintendo, one of my favorite things about gaming is still that moment I get to try something new. I watch the trailers, I hear about a game, but the moment I pick up a controller, that's when it all comes together. And for me, that's what games have always been about. Those little moments that surprise me and allow me to immerse myself in different worlds. You can read about a game, you can watch a trailer, but nothing beats seeing it for yourself. And that's a big part of what Nintendo is about. Getting a closer look, hearing from the teams, and spending more time with the games themselves. So let's get to it. We've got a new Nintendo Treehouse Live ready to go, with a few games I hope you find interesting. And if you enjoyed Splatoon Raiders in today's Nintendo Direct, this July at San Diego Comic-Con, we'll have the game playable on the show floor.
Great.
Because at the end of the day, I think the best way to understand a game is to pick up the controller and play. Thanks for watching. I'm really looking forward to sharing more of what I love about games and bringing those experiences to all of you. And now it's time for Treehouse Live. Over to you, team.
And welcome to Nintendo Voice Chat, part of IGN Summer of Gaming. We just watched a brand new Nintendo Direct, and for the next hour, we're going to break it all down. Kingdom Hearts 4, barely a tease at an Ocarina of Time remake. I'm Logan Plant, Per Schneider, Nick Lamone. Guys, let's start with Zelda. It was the tiniest look, but it gave me goosebumps.
It's so good.
Come on. What'd you think, Per?
I mean, I love that they went to the sort of tapestry presentation style of Wind Waker, right? Like showing the story and setting it up like this. Really, really cool. Great voice acting. You know, we saw
really good voice acting.
We saw a hint at the Deku Tree and setting up the story of Link being born. He's living among the Kokiri, but not actually being part of them. And then obviously setting off his quest to get a fairy of his own. And then you see this short glimpse of Link in a bed with sort of the half tapestry, half actual game world look. Did you see it had a little filter over it?
Yeah.
We can't tell what this is going to look like just from that, but it looks different from what I imagined.
Me too. It looks a lot different, but that transition from the tapestry to the character model, like all of us reacted. It was a really good moment in this trailer. I wish we had seen more.
I know. I wish
surprised.
Just like a dungeon scene, like anything in the
like walking into the Great Deku Tree's mouth.
But look at this style. It looks like a fairy tale picture book drawing, right?
Yeah, and his clothes are different too. Even than like this is it's not a 1-for-1 like just asset flip up res. He looks way different in this game.
Yeah, it's a distinct art direction take because the Deku Tree again looks vastly different in the tapestry than what he's ever looked like in any Zelda game ever.
Yeah.
So I do suspect that this is going to be, have quite a few zags in it. But again, the thing that kind of set chills through my spine is just hearing that little, the echo of like Saria's song a little bit in there. It's like,
you heard the ocarina play in the background the entire time. I got goosebumps. I can't wait to see more. It's wonderful that this is announced for 2026. So this wasn't a teaser like a Metroid logo teaser saying it's coming in a few years. They're holding back on purpose. They give you just the slightest bit of a tease, and then we'll see what it looks like. But like Ocarina of Time was famous for doing cutscenes in engine, whereas like Final Fantasy went with pre-rendered stuff. This is in-engine cutscenes. And it looks really, really good. So I can't wait to see. We never got a close-up of him sleeping with the Triforce appearing on his hand and all of that. And so that means there'll probably be a lot of cinematics added to this game.
Yeah, and voice acting. And just a little thing I noticed at the very end, the logo still has kind of the Legend of Zelda series logo is that ruined look. Like it's dilapidated like the Breath of the Wild logo is. So it's like, this is a modern Legend of Zelda game. It wasn't the shiny blue and red logo from the original Ocarina of Time. So, I wish we had seen more. And I have to say, man, this is why I don't like leaks. How big of a pop would this have been if we didn't know that this was coming? I just think that's so disappointing because this was such a cool setup, and then that little note of Saria's song, like you said, Nick, like that would have been such an awesome reveal, but we've all been expecting this for a couple of months now, and I just think that that's such a big disappointment because this was a very cool reveal.
It is very much evoking what I imagined like the Zelda movie would kind of give off, like with the kind of narrator fairy tale intro transition to, Link sleeping in the bed. I don't know, it just feels like this kind of just sells to me that they're going to adapt Ocarina of Time for the actual movie. I know that they have the Breath of the Wild outfits and whatnot, but I'm like, I don't know. There's just something about it that feels correct for like a cinematic story. So maybe that's all it is. It's just something that's cutscene heavy. And
it looks like what a CG movie adaptation of The Legend of Zelda from, with Universal would have looked like, right?
Yeah.
Can I say, I think I'm going to watch that trailer 400 times until we see that again. Like every time that logo pops and it lights up and the gold hue, I still am getting goosebumps. We've seen it 4 times now. It's going to be so great. And I have even more hope now that it's going to be what we talked about in the pre-show a little bit. More of a reimagining than just a straight remake. Even this is so different. This is such a modern take on Ocarina of Time. And I love that because for so long, I feel like Nintendo is so careful with its darlings. Like when it remakes a game, it sticks very, very close to the script. Like even look at Zelda, like Ocarina 3D, Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD. They're very much like, no, these are the games and we're going to present them in a modern way, but leave it all untouched. And they are flipping that script. Just like Star Fox. And now with this, it's like, let's take our classic N64 games and actually remake them for 2026. It's going to be awesome.
This is not the Breath of the Wild style, which is just really cool. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's
Is he wearing jorts?
I mean, to your earlier point, I think this is the dark and gritty Zelda look that people have been kind of clamoring for.
It's the closest to that.
Since
it's not going to be the same cadence of first-party games as the Switch 1 generation, and I think that's a disappointment to a lot of people. And something else I feel is that Nintendo today, they've been announcing a lot of Splatoon Raiders has gotten a lot of trailers and content through that. Star Fox got its own dedicated direct. And I just feel like this direct was no different with or without Nintendo today. Like Splatoon still gets like a 4-minute block and Star Fox is still here and Rhythm Heaven gets a 4-minute thing at the beginning. And these were all things announced outside of the direct format that it's like, does that free up runtime for other stuff? And the answer is no. Like it still is all in here. And so I walk away and I'm like, really the big one is Zelda. We didn't get to see much of that. Xenoblade Genesis is a huge reveal, not till next year.
Yeah,
and then release dates for stuff like Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave. So I think it was good. I would not say that this was great. And I'd say that this is just the reality of this generation right now of it's going to take a little longer for Nintendo games to come out. So here's a million third-party games while you wait. It's just a different feel for Nintendo.
I think they're more careful, right? Like I referenced the Metroid Prime 4 logo drop. I think they're a little bit more careful of when they announce something. Xenoblade is safe because that team works like clockwork and gets their games out on time, and so they're clearly trying to sort of set up fandom for trying out Xenoblade games. People who've played the old ones going back, getting excited for the future, which is a brand new game, obviously. But yeah, they're way more careful. Like we didn't get a Luigi's Mansion, we didn't get a Mario, right? Like we got some Mario.
Got a Mario hat.
yeah. So, but that just means Mario's not this year.
Yeah.
And, that doesn't mean it's not under development or not showable. It just means they're waiting a little bit longer on that.
I just think a year ago today, we did not know about like Splatoon Raiders. We didn't know about
Pokopia.
Star Fox. We didn't know about Pokopia. There's a lot of things we did not know about. And these are games that are out or coming out very soon. So you're right, Paris. Just a different cadence. Like Ocarina of Time is out in the next 6 months and they didn't show us anything.
And, Nintendo can also do the thing where none of us expect it, and they say suddenly on a random Wednesday afternoon, hey, by the way, in 10 minutes there's going to be a Star Fox Direct, who knows what kind of precedent that type of announcement is going to have for the foreseeable future of bespoke, game-specific directs, where we just don't even know that they're popping up.
Yeah, and I'll say it again. I said it in regards to Zelda, but a lot of this stuff was in that Nate the Hate leak. Like he also mentioned Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. So yeah, he's on the money right now. I personally find that disappointing, and I don't know who it serves really is my thing, because I've been saying this for a couple of months. Be prepared for the internet to kind of rage in disappointment when the Direct doesn't have surprises, because those surprises were spoiled to you months ahead of time, and that's just my big reaction to this.
The Elite Beat agents are on the job to track down the leak.
I know.
I'll never understand how somebody who, it's got to come from Nintendo affiliated partners that leaks, right? Like I don't get, if you work there, why you would want to risk that information getting
internet clout pair easily.
But you don't get internet clout because you're in the shadows. If it ever finds you, you're in trouble, right?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
The other thing I thought was cool was that Devin was in the direct at the end. She's obviously has taken over from Bowser. She's awesome. I've met her a few times. She's been with Nintendo for a long time, and really knows games. Would love to see more of her in future directs as well.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we are going to take a very quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk a ton about this Nintendo Direct. We'll talk about Xenoblade, Pokopia, achievements kind of coming to Nintendo Switch Online in a very interesting way. So don't go anywhere, because NVC will be right back right here on IGN Summer of Gaming.
IGN Summer of Gaming is presented by Amazon Luna. Here to play.
Do you want to be the very best like no one ever was? Streamline your journey to becoming a master trainer with Planet Pokemon. Choose your Pokemon, filtering by type, stats, or game availability. Then use the full team builder to assemble an unbeatable lineup. Plan out the optimal set of moves, items, and abilities. Plan your dream team today at planetpokemon.com.
Catch up on all your favorite shows with up-to-the-minute gaming and entertainment news with Geek Media Podcasts.
Welcome to a very special episode of IGN Game Scoop.
Game Scoop has you covered for all things gaming and the latest game releases. Tune into Podcast Beyond for the biggest PlayStation news.
Man, this is a cool looking trailer.
Everything Xbox on Podcasts Unlocked.
This is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief.
Catch up with your Super Nintendos on Nintendo Voice Chat.
Let the kids love what we love.
And get all the latest console news and rumors with Next Gen Console Watch.
Now Xbox and Phil Spencer are even saying that a mid-gen refresh isn't even necessary.
The Cinefix Top 100 podcast picks a movie every week to celebrate and debate.
It's kind of every movie's grandpa.
Geek Media Podcasts, the best podcasts from around the world.
IGN Playlist is the best way to track your game collection. Now you can even import your entire Steam library to Playlist, making it easier than ever to review games, show off your collection of the world, and finally chip away at that massive backlog you keep meaning to get to. IGN Playlist, check it out.
Can't find that final collectible you're missing? IGN guides are trusted by millions, easy to use, and best of all, free. IGN has the very best, most complete and accurate guides for Shadow of the Erdtree, Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, and so much more.
It's good, right?
Every guide is tested and verified for you by experts. Just search for IGN when you search for guides.
Kingdom Hearts 4 will launch on Switch 2. We don't have a date or a year, but we know that it's coming to Nintendo's console, and we got our first look at Kingdom Hearts 4 in a few years. It's been a long time. So, Nick, what was your reaction?
I mean, I was just kind of stun-locked the entire time. I just wasn't sure that I was looking at actual reality. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4 is still a real thing. Square Enix is still actively development. We can all rest, Kingdom Hearts fanboys. Let's go ahead and take it easy. Give Tetsuya Nomura, the creator of the game, a little bit of a break. And it looks great. It actually looks like a real playable game. The combat that we saw looks like a continuation of where the original trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4 leaves off, where Sora is transported into modern-day Tokyo and what looks like Shibuya fighting the darkness. But one thing that Square Enix has said that, or I believe it was Nomura himself, said that this is the beginning of a new arc in Kingdom Hearts, a new story arc, where it was like the Darkness Seeker trilogy in the original first 3 games, and now this is going to be something new. I'm very curious to see what the kind of general overall tone is based on what we see there. It still feels very dark and edgy in a way that Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 necessarily weren't. This feels a lot more in line with what we've seen from kind of mid to late 2000s era Square, where the world ends with you, modern adaptation with a little bit of a fairy tale twist. I still genuinely think Kingdom Hearts 4 is basically Nomura trying to finally make Versus 13 happen for Final Fantasy. Okay. And I think this is such a fun, interesting choice to make it so like live action, not live action, but like realistic portioned humans, and it looks like there's a lot of characters from the now canceled mobile game that are making an appearance in this particular Kingdom Hearts game. And the flow motion state combat from Dream Drop Distance on the 3DS and what we saw iterated on in Kingdom Hearts 3 is back and in higher fidelity than we've ever seen before. I'm very excited. I love Kingdom Hearts, and I can't wait to pour over this footage, on my own 4K TV at home and look at every single pixel that I can find. But I am very, very hyped for this.
I think the mayor of Shibuya has some work cut out for them. So they keep on getting invaded by monsters in every game. Persona more recently as well. It looks really fun. I mean, I'm a big Disney guy. I've watched every animated feature they've ever made. So I am dying to jump into this game and finally get to play it. I'm just so happy that we no longer have to worry about games being streaming only on a Nintendo console, that this is running natively, and that it's not going to be a sort of 1 year down the line announcement and addition, and that this is being developed for launch is really, really cool. And I think, look, this is the affirmation that Switch 2 is big in Japan and is going to be probably the leading console in that market for many years to come, and that all the big guns, the big devs, big publishers from Japan are putting their weight behind this console.
Yeah, tons of Capcom games in this show, and then a few Square games as well. Kingdom Hearts 4, that's a big deal that it's coming at launch on Switch 2, and then we're also getting non-cloud versions of 3 Kingdom Hearts collections that did get cloud versions on Switch 1, and for people that did buy those, you can transfer your save over, which I thought was very nice. So that's great. The whole Kingdom Hearts series then is going to be on Switch 2, and it just seems like Switch 2 is becoming kind of a definitive place for a ton of different franchises. We mentioned Xenoblade earlier, getting 1 through 3 Switch 2 editions, and then a 4th Xenoblade, or a 5th, I guess, Xenoblade game is coming as well. So really cool. Speaking of Square, though, we also got a reveal of the first HD 2D Final Fantasy game. It's called Final Fantasy Resonance. It's coming to Switch 1 and Switch 2 on October 22nd. And this was a cool look for an HD 2D game. We saw more kind of behind-the-back third-person stuff.
Well, when they first showed Octopath Traveler and the style of that game, I was hoping that Square would apply this to a classic Final Fantasy like 4, 5, or 6. Some of my favorite games of all time. And this is even better. We're getting a new game, but they're doing the sort of heavy on nostalgia approach of a Fire Emblem game where you're getting to summon heroes from the past. Coupled with, the existing character classes that we love from Final Fantasy games with that art style. This, outside of Ocarina of Time, this is like my top pick for the show.
I think you nailed it. This kind of looks like a Smash Brothers-esque collection of all of your favorite Final Fantasy crew and characters. You get to assemble a team, I would assume, of characters from every single game. That's a mechanic that feels like it's derived from one of the mobile games at Square Enix, one of their free-to-play gacha games that they had established years ago. I forget which one it was, but there's like Opus Omnia, and then there's Brave Exvius, and this looks like it's kind of in that vein where you get to build your crew. I'm curious if they are taking a route like Octopath Traveler 0, that is this kind of collection and reimagining of a mobile game, but adapted for like a full retail product, which I could appreciate. But one thing that really stood out to me in this trailer is that it has a very distinct art style from Octopath Traveler, in that it's not quite the Octopath like pixel art, but it feels like a weird in between of like traditional pixel art along with Octopath, where characters are a little more like normal human proportions, which is kind of fun, and it just looks like a really pretty pixel style that we haven't necessarily seen before. It does look like our main character here, though, is a unique character to this game, and I'm all
like
in.
FF9 merged with classic games, right? They're not the sort of full human size, but they're also not the chibi from the original games. I'm curious to see if we get one Sid or many in this one.
And we get an open world with an airship.
I know, that looks like classic, super fun, Super NES style.
It does.
Open world with the...
a little jarring to jump to like the full remake version of Cloud in that cutscene.
I know, that's strange, right? What was that?
It looks like because it looks like Cloud is about to use Omnislash there on the enemy, and so I'm wondering if there is like this cut to pre-rendered video. And I'm actually being told right now that we do have a preview of this game going up today. So make sure you stay tuned to ign.com and on our YouTube channel to check out a full extensive preview from someone who I suspect knows what they're talking about from Final Fantasy. I believe it's Michael Hyam. So look forward to that, because I'm going to pour through that like a big book.
I think the Smash Brothers comparison is apt here in that, you maybe get different art styles. Like, I also love the opening with the dragon flying, that it's pixelated as well, but it's like, it looks like somebody pixelated a modern game down rather than like reimagined it. If this has music from all the different games, then woo-hee.
That's going to be exciting.
It's kind of like Fire Emblem Engage. It reminds me of too, just the celebration of all the games, bringing in heroes from past ones. And I think it's great that HD 2D with Octopath Traveler felt like, wow, they need to do this for every series that they have, because like I think about like Nintendo does top-down Zelda and 3D Zelda still, so you still get all those styles, but it felt like Final Fantasy had lost some of that old school style, and you had Octopath Bravely Default, things like that, but to get a game actually called Final Fantasy with chocobos and all the characters and classes, that's really great. They've done it with Dragon Quest. They have Adventures of Elliot coming out in just a couple of weeks. It's like, can we just keep working our way towards Chrono Trigger HD 2D? Like, come on. I feel like
they did just release new toys for Chrono Trigger, so the hope is still there.
Man, that's the stage we're at. We're just following every
It's called Copium, Logan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, we finally got a release date for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. That was a big part of this show. I'm just scrolling, trying to find it. Now, I think it's September 17th. September 17th on Switch 2. Got a big look. Looks like Three Houses too, right? You pick between 4 characters. You presume that's going to be 4 routes in the game, and then you have battles. But in between the battles, it's up to you how you want to spend that time to train or recruit new units. Per, you're the biggest Fire Emblem fan I know. What'd you think?
Well, I'm very, very excited, and I'm more excited to know that this arrives early. Like I was worried that it was going to be a December game and everybody's still playing GTA at that point. No, this arrives for me at the right time, so I can get my Fire Emblem out of the way for what is to follow in Q4. It does look like it has the sort of cozy systems, the character relationship building systems, the sort of 3 houses set up with, aligning yourself and hopefully building your own custom team, which makes it more fun than to play through with multiple heroes and not just having a different lead. I'm curious to see if the different leads have different chapters. Like, if you go back to the GBA games, there are multiple paths and exclusive chapters for the characters. It's hard to see. I have to pore over the footage. It's hard to see what's new, but the sort of special moves. We saw a really devastating attack from one of the heroes on an entire group of enemies, taking them basically out. Yeah, it's all fun and games until that character turns evil and fights against you. So let's see what happens in the story, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought this looked visually very, very nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. I got to be honest, Three Houses is not my favorite style of a Fire Emblem game. It's not. I prefer, as we talked about in the pre-show, kind of the more battle-focused tactics where you're not as worried about the in-between. But Three Houses is the best-selling strategy RPG of all time. This is undoubtedly going to be a really huge success. And I think the concept's really cool. Like, hey, all your main battles and the big story beats are going to take place in this arena for this tournament. It's like a full game-long tournament arc. But then you can travel outside and level up. And I'm curious to see, can you find people to recruit out there in the wild, and how different are the 4 routes depending on which character you choose to battle with? Does it just change the story, or are there different missions involved? I think there's still a lot to learn, but this was a really, really great big look.
I think, I mean, I do enjoy Three Houses, but I do prefer I just don't like it when Fire Emblem locks you into the visual novel-esque kind of situations where I'm just like, all right, I just want to fight some dudes right now. And it looks like Fortune's Weave. Fortune's Weave is allowing you to kind of take the game at your own pace. Like, do you want to just get into a battle? Cool. Head outside the town and start dungeon crawling and getting into random encounters and things like that.
They've worked towards making the sort of in-between battle systems more simpler in a way that you can say, no, I don't want to walk around. Just, let me level up in other ways.
Yeah.
And
I want to fight something right now. So let me do it.
They have been conscious of that, they basically merged 2 very different gameplay styles. And just to, like the sort of like relationship building happened in the old games too. It's just that you were placing units next to each other to build relationships, and then you get the sort of like story sequences and the relationships told in like simple cards between the battles. And then obviously this got much bigger once we hit the 3D era. Now look, super excited for this. I like Fire Emblem games are always great. We've got a dude with a German name in the lead too. So hey.
That's who you got to pick then.
I'm in, yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like we saw some dungeon crawling too. They've experimented with that a little bit. Like Shadows of Valencia had these dungeons you'd go on. And it's like 5 seconds of this. We see somebody just opening up a treasure chest in some grassy field. But yeah, maybe they're going to lean harder into that because Three Houses really felt like the only area you were on foot as Byleth exploring was the school. So if you can actually go out and get into these little skirmishes in these more third-person exploration areas, that could be really cool.
And it's more interesting than, past games have let you either revisit missions and have monster battles on them, or you just had to go to the arena and basically wager money and upgrade your characters that way if you wanted to build out your entire army. So I like this.
Yeah, well, we got to take a short commercial break here, but we'll be back with even more Nintendo voice chat right after this, talking about the Duskbloods and Nintendo Switch Sports Resort and a ton more, so stick with us.
IGN Summer of Gaming is presented by our official retail partner, Best Buy.
IGN Store has everything you need to level up your life.
Red 6 standing by.
Refresh your wardrobe with official gear you won't find anywhere else. From Fallout, Expedition 33, Romeo's a Dead Man, and more. Treat yourself to the coolest collectibles like an adorable SKA plush, your very own Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade, and a fully functional Pip-Boy 3000. Or kick back and relax to your favorite video game soundtracks on vinyl. Whatever you need, IGN Store has you covered. Head to store.ign.com and start shopping today.
Can't find that final collectible you're missing? IGN strategy guides and interactive maps are here to help.
One step at a time.
IGN guides are trusted by millions, easy to use, and best of all, free. IGN has the very best, most complete and accurate guides for Shadow of the Erdtree, Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies, and so much more.
See? It's good, right?
Every guide is tested and verified for you by experts. Just search for IGN when you search for guides.
Do you want to be the very best like no one ever was? Streamline your journey to becoming a master trainer with Planet Pokemon. Choose your Pokemon, filtering by type, stats, or game availability. Then use the full team builder to assemble an unbeatable lineup. Plan out the optimal set of moves, items, and abilities. Play to your strengths by analyzing your team's resistances and offensive coverage. Or really maximize your Poke potential by digging into the stats by adjusting EVs and IVs. And save multiple team builds for different strategies in different games. Plan your dream team today at planetpokemon.com.
We're back on Nintendo Voice Chat, breaking down the Nintendo Direct. The Duskbloods is getting a closed network test this summer, and we got a very brief look at this game. It was still pretty much only cinematics and no release date. This has got to be pushed to next year, right?
I'm not feeling too good about getting Duskbloods this year, but then again, there is a lot of stuff coming this year, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I am a little bit sad that we won't be able to play the full release, but I suppose a closed network test will do. And, FromSoft does have a precedent for doing this. They did this with Elden Ring Night Rain. They've done this with Elden Ring, base Elden Ring. And so, yeah, I'm sure the game is going to be really cool. I don't know if this is a character I don't think we've seen before, and I do know that this is kind of like a hero style extraction PvPvE game where you're going to be able to choose a different character, load into a map with other players, and instead of trying to focus on killing other players, one of the things that has me most excited about this is it is a FromSoft take on the extraction genre where you are given a set of mission objectives at the start of a game, and that could entail, assassinating other players or trying to complete objectives by killing this particular world boss in the game, and how that, combines or cooperates with other people's objectives or goes directly against them is going to be really exciting. And again, that kind of social multiplayer element that I think FromSoft is just innately good at with the way they limit player communication with each other. So everyone's going to have like their story, kind of like in Breath of the Wild. Everyone has this bespoke moment where it's just like, I created this circumstance, but it's like all just a clever way the developer's saying, well, we actually did all the heavy lifting, but you played a little bit of a part player. But yeah, they're really good at stuff like that.
I was expecting to see Tarnished Edition, as this sort of like
Elden
here's
Ring,
your
Yeah.
FromSoft game for the year and actual footage that looks good, and then hey, this is coming next year. But they still didn't say that. It could still be a 2026 game.
Could be.
But a network test in the summer, that could be August, right?
I feel like this is a January release of
yeah,
next year.
So.
Something next year.
Yeah, Elden Ring, I think, originally came out in February, so FromSoft
It
has
feels
used
about
that slot
right.
before. And Elden Ring Tarnished Edition is coming to Switch 2. I think it's August. I think the 28th.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it right now, so we are still getting a FromSoft game on Switch 2 this year. And I've heard it's improved a lot.
It has improved
yeah.
because it did look
Yeah.
pretty rough early on.
Yeah, because people saw it at Gamescom and it was really, really rough, and then I saw it at PAX after that, and it was already much better.
Got it.
And that was a year ago. That was 10
Okay.
months ago that I played it, so it's definitely going to be in a much better spot. But yeah, and I look at Nintendo's calendar. They release one game a month, and it's filled out. Like we're already starting to know. We know we got Fire Emblem in September, and then we've got Nintendo Switch Sports Resort in October, which should be an August game, but it's not. It's fine. And then Ocarina of Time sometime.
Question for you. Is this November for Ocarina of Time? Or do you think that they're going to also be afraid of the GTA-sized
know.
entity in the room?
I didn't think they cared about GTA 6.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, so
I think
why didn't they get
Nintendo
a
is
date
like
then?
the one company that goes, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I'm surprised we didn't get a date for Ocarina of
Yeah.
Time, if that's true, though.
Yeah. Well, maybe they don't want to tip their hat to anybody else who's planning their lineup, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, Zelda feels like a November 21st
Yeah.
to 25th kind of a
Yeah.
range game. So we'll see if that's true.
I think Ocarina came out on November 21st.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It does feel like a holiday console mover
Mm-hmm.
release.
But I mean, we have not gotten a GTA game in over a decade, and that is a major event, and nobody's immune to it.
Mm-hmm.
It is competing for time. So even if you have a fantasy game versus like a real world crime game, you're still competing for people's time. Now, Nintendo, if GTA doesn't launch on Switch 2, it's a little bit of a different story, and Nintendo wants to compete really, really hard for time. And like, what bigger game than a remake
best
of
choice.
the 10 out of 10 amazing Zelda game?
Yeah.
You know?
Like a top 5 most iconic game of all time.
Yep.
Ocarina of
Yep.
Time.
Yep.
So yeah, that's definitely a good choice.
I do wonder, though, if Ocarina of Time can encourage and incentivize people to pick up a Nintendo Switch 2, because it'll assumedly release after the console price hike, which I'm a little bit concerned about in terms of like, is this
Maybe
enough?
There'll be a special edition, and maybe they'll do Golden Joy-Con
Hopefully.
or whatnot.
Sure, they for sure will. Amiibo.
It'll be very, very
yeah.
tempting, I think.
Yeah.
Not that there aren't lots of Zelda Amiibo already,
I
including
know.
We need
Ocarina of
at
Time
least
Link.
3
But
more
not with
links.
fingernails. See this man?
Now he's got,
He's got
now-
a new outfit.
It's
Yeah,
a
he
completely
does.
different art style, too.
is.
So,
And I can't wait for that outfit to also come to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the
Yeah.
Kingdom via Amiibo support.
I know, it's so interesting to me. I was a little worried it was going to say 2027 with how little they were showing. Like, this felt like a teaser, but I guess I still think Nintendo's going to do a September Direct. They skipped their February one. It was a partner show, but maybe in September. Or now, it could be any day on Nintendo Today, like we've talked about, that we see more of this. But yeah, I think that if I didn't have a Switch 2 and I saw 5 seconds of Ocarina of Time, I would be buying one right now. Because
I was thinking of my sister-in-law. She did buy a Switch 2, but like this would have done it.
Yeah.
This would have definitely done it. Yeah.
I think that screenshot alone is going to be
Yeah.
enough for a lot of people. And remember, on September 1st, the price is going up $50 right now. They're doing that bundle where you can pick Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, or Pokemon Pokopia. Which, speaking of, should we talk about that?
Yeah.
Pokopia, nice,
Yeah.
free and not so free upgrade to the core game.
The Pokemon Pokopia expansion pass, you can buy it today, but it's not out until August. There's going to be 3 waves. The first is a new water town, and then we don't know the second and third. And there's also a free update where you can go underwater and just decorate down there. So that's going to be... I was just thinking about during the show, like, people are already so overwhelmed. There's so much, like, ruins to fix and stuff, and now there's a whole new
gonna get bigger.
underwater level.
I love how they planned this in advance, but
Yeah.
sort of the game doesn't hint at it. You know, it's
Yeah.
more, I joke that it's like Animal Crossing, which introduced like swimming and gathering shells and stuff, water creatures later on.
Yeah.
But this is way more because you're actually expanding where you can build your stuff, and it's obviously a really cool style to be able to build these underwater homes and things.
And not just that, like I think the game just feels good to move around in. It's got like this innate Dragon Quest builder style, like just tactile feedback that feels nice. Like, don't get me wrong, I like my Animal Crossing, but it doesn't necessarily feel good to move around in Animal Crossing.
That's right.
And so I just like kind of existing in Pokopia. It's nice.
Yeah, it's going to be very cool. And we also got some weird new content for Donkey Kong Bonanza, kind of, and that goes all into the DK Challenge, which is Nintendo's really first major take on achievements that we've seen. This is going to be part of your Nintendo Switch Online subscription, and we saw that in the Super Nintendo app, you can play Donkey Kong Country, and it's like complete, I don't remember the examples, we only have seen this footage once, but basically little tiny challenges that remind me of NES remakes.
Yeah.
With these little vertical slices of games that challenge you to play them in a different way. And it's not just classic games. They're adding these to Donkey Kong Bonanza as well. There's easy, medium, and hard. And then on top of that, the DK Roguelite DLC is getting Mario hats and stuff like that. But the DK Challenge stuff is the really interesting part.
But I couldn't tell. So from this demo, I couldn't tell if it's instantaneous or if it's more like, you know, you got to load up the game and it has to be installed, right? Like, so you would have to have all these games installed to play them, or if there's sort of some DRM ownership check and it just unlocks almost like a demo, like a standalone little stage that you can play that is ripped out and installed with this application, or if it's streaming, right? It's kind of hard to tell here.
That little scene they're showing right now makes me think it has to be installed.
Yeah.
It's showing you all these 4 things are on my Switch, and then I can go down here and play these challenges.
Okay, and then, but that means this footage is not real time. Like, you're not going to launch that fast into a challenge.
Yeah, the Switch 2 does not have the Xbox Series X instant resume feature, right? So, like, I do suspect that there is a world where if it's too long of a load time, then I'm just not really going to commit to this. But if it is instantaneous, then I would be more inclined to actually go through all of these challenges. Like I see for the
quick.
Well, it's available tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time, so we're going to know pretty soon. My one disappointment here, I think it's awesome that they're bringing in new ways to tackle these games, both old and new games. Disappointed that they're limited time events. I think
it's a bummer.
They're really into that lately. Even Emerald Rush has all these limited time. You can only get the Tiny Kong statue in this 2-week period, and then when you miss it, I feel like you lose motivation to get the next one because it's like, well, I'm not going to have them all. And yeah, I think that this would be much cooler if it was just permanent. Just like when you add a game to the NSO library, add its challenges, and those are never going to go away. But that's not how it's going to work.
Very strange overall, just cadence of how Nintendo handles these limited time events. Like, I don't really understand. I guess it's trying to create a sense of FOMO. But again, these games are all old at this point, which is like, I don't think you need to create that FOMO for these. I think these just need to exist to justify the service that you're charging people every year for. So I was telling Logan yesterday, I was like, oh, hey, today's the anniversary of my Nintendo Switch Online subscription.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like your Nintendo Switch Online subscription has paid for itself over the first year of the Nintendo Switch 2 life cycle?
I mean, for me, yeah, because I play Mario Kart World Online every week, and so that's something I do. And
you are a power user.
Yeah. So but I'm not the right person to ask about that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's worth it for me just to play some classic GameCube games like F-Zero and Fire Emblem on this modern console.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and I think that why it is limited time is they don't want people to just buy a month of NSO and then catch up on everything and then cancel. No. So I get that perspective. I just don't necessarily agree with it. I wish that these were a permanent thing. Yeah. We've got to take one more very short break, but when we come back, we are going to talk about Xenoblade and Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, and then we'll wrap up NVC Live, so don't go anywhere.
IGN Summer of Gaming is presented by Fanta. Special Edition Fanta and Xbox 25 cans are available now only for a limited time.
The average Cinefix movie list features nearly 100 different films and approximately 25 minutes worth of wall-to-wall deep dive analysis. To simulate that pace for this 30-second ad, we're featuring 26 different films, and before you say it, no, that math does not check out. We're not math people, we're movie people. We can't even count down from 10 without ending up at, like, 96. Subscribe to IGN Movies and TV for more Cinefix movie lists. Bad at math, great at movies.
IGN Playlist is the best way to track your game collection. Now you can even import your entire Steam library to Playlist, making it easier than ever to review games, show off your collection of the world, and finally chip away at that massive backlog you keep meaning to get to. IGN Playlist, check it out.
IGN Store has everything you need to level up your life.
Red 6 standing by.
Refresh your wardrobe with official gear you won't find anywhere else. Treat yourself to the coolest collectibles like an adorable SKA plush, your very own Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade, and a fully functional Pip-Boy 3000. Head to store.ign.com and start shopping today. Do you want to be the very best like no one ever was? Streamline your journey to becoming a master trainer with Planet Pokemon. Choose your Pokemon, filtering by type, stats, or game availability. Then use the full team builder to assemble an unbeatable lineup. Plan out the optimal set of moves, items, and abilities. Play to your strengths by analyzing your team's resistances and offensive coverage. Or really maximize your Poke potential by digging into the stats by adjusting EVs and IVs. And save multiple team builds for different strategies in different games. Plan your dream team today at planetpokemon.com.
Welcome back to Nintendo Voice Chat. We got a look at Xenoblade Genesis, which is coming to Switch 2 in 2027. This is a new beginning for the Xenoblade franchise, and we, along with it, got Nintendo Switch 2 editions for the entire original Xenoblade Chronicles trilogy. But let's start with the new game. I thought this look at Genesis was awesome. I thought it was visually very impressive, and you saw the world kind of like curving in on itself. You likened it to a Halo ring. What do you think, man?
Yeah, it looks beautiful, and again, it just goes to show you that Monolith Soft is cooking at all times. Everything they touch, they're just, it's so beautiful. They managed to take advantage of the technology in a way that makes me feel like this is this is not a compromised console in any way, shape, or form. Strong art direction overall. It feels very evocative of something like a dark fantasy, something that we don't quite see very often in Xenoblade, in the entire Xenoblade series. It's all very sci-fi forward. But yeah, I'm digging like the Game of Thrones-esqueness to it. I like the more tame art direction that we're seeing here in terms of wardrobe, very school adjacent.
It's like Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it does give off Fire Emblem Three Houses quite a bit, but I just it reminded me a lot of Metaphor ReFantasio's overall like fashion direction and art direction overall, and I can't wait to check this out. And this has encouraged me to finally jump back in and give the Xenoblade Chronicles game a fair shot.
It's Monolith figured out how to do open world early on Switch, right? Like games that ran well. In the beginning, I didn't love the original art style. They adjusted it over time. Like, I don't know if it was based on fan feedback or they just sort of got, maybe direction from Nintendo, and it is inching closer and closer to Fire Emblem. You guys are exactly right with the anime style, obviously. But when you get out into the open world, it looks distinctly Xenoblade, which is this vibrant blue with a vibrant green. There are no drab colors or sort of, it doesn't aspire to realism. It's always this kind of crazy fantasy sci-fi world where there's stuff going on in the sky, as you're exploring. I really love the look at the mounts, the nut horses, the traversal here looks really cool. And I mean, look at the horizon and how the world sort of folds in on itself. You can just imagine exploring this. The other thing that I love about Xenoblade games is the freaking noisy combat, and it's like like the Persona games, like they're yelling, they're never shutting up. Some people don't like that.
You're gonna hear the name of their special move for 40 plus hours.
But it's so cool because obviously the system in this game is this sort of real time combat, obviously with some turn-based active time elements, and like everybody always yells out their specials and help me and all of that, and it's just. The battles feel so alive in this series, and I can't wait to see what the Old Testament version of Xenoblade is going to look like.
Yeah, not a numbered entry, right? This is the start of a new chapter, which is cool, because 3's DLC did really wrap up that whole trilogy, so to see them going in a new direction is neat. I kind of thought they were going to drop the blade and do like whatever Xeno Next was. But I think that Xenoblade is becoming a brand, and so they maybe didn't want to do that. But I think that when I look at this, Monolith is so good at hardware, and they took full advantage of the Switch. Xenoblade 3 is awesome, and it had great draw distance where you can see really far off into the world. So now when I'm looking at this, I feel like when they got their hands on the Switch 2, they were like, oh, we can make our whole world map visible all the time.
training weights come off.
Yeah, so that's like such a cool idea to see just these little inklings of how are developers taking advantage of the new hardware. And it's like, oh, let's just take the world map and fold it up. And that's really cool. And I hope that it delivers and like, oh, that you see that mountain sticking out of the side of the wall up there, you can go there. I hope that's what this ends up being. And
Also,
sure
density, environment density is the thing that's just that's the thing that really makes the world feel more alive to me. And I do think we saw them kind of improve on that density from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom and so on with Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. So very, very exciting to see what they do with this one.
Yeah, and we're getting the entire Xenoblade Chronicles trilogy is getting Nintendo Switch 2 editions. I didn't catch all the dates because they're there's like different for digital and physical for all these. But I know
today, right?
One is getting digital today, physical on July 30th. 2 is getting digital on July 30th, physical, I think, in October. And 3 is coming out in December. They said they're going to be 4K, 60 FPS. So these looked nice running. I did mention that the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, was rushed out the door. It did not run very well, but these look like they're going to be great. And yeah, I mean, if you think Genesis looks great, here you go. Here's like 340 hours of Xenoblade content.
Yeah.
They mentioned upgrade pack. Are we talking like a Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom situation? Is this a $19.99? Is this going to come with NSO online subscription?
No, they would have said that.
Yeah. It's going to be, the rule is if it comes with new content, it's going to be $19.99, and they shouted out these each have some new modes that I think are going to...
Did they only add a new vehicle in Xenoblade 1 so they could charge me $19.99?
Yeah.
No, this is like when they reissue Final Fantasy games and you've got the fast walk button,
Yeah, fair
right? Because
enough.
for returning player, it just adds this really cool element that
Turbo
you're like, I
mode.
already know this. I know where I'm going. Stop it. Don't slow me down, right?
I'm gonna buy my upgrade pack today, and I think that's gonna be my TV companion. Just grinding some Xenoblade.
Yes.
I got 1 month until Xenoblade Chronicles 2 upgrade pack comes out, so let's see if I can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. But a cool announcement, and Monolith is such a great studio for Nintendo.
Really good.
Yeah, so that's a good one. And then we got, coming October 22nd, is Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. It's going to include 12 sports. I'll reel them off. That's boxing, table tennis, archery, tennis, volleyball, bowling, basketball, golf, thumb wrestling, which we saw a lot of in the Nintendo Direct, skateboarding, jet skiing, prop plane, and jump rope. Yeah, I said it on the live show, but Nintendo Switch Sports sold over 10 million units. It was a huge hit for bringing back this legacy brand of Wii Sports. This felt like a no-brainer, and here it is.
Yep. And I mean, we have to see a little bit more of this game to see whether it will feel new or whether it will feel like greatest hits plus, now you've got thumb wrestling.
Yeah.
A lot of this feels familiar. I like that they have Mii's in there in some fashion. And it obviously looks much nicer than the classic Wii Sports and Switch Sports. So,
but the it doesn't control as nice. Maybe in the Joy-Con 2 it will, but the Joy-Con 1 never lived up to the Wii Motion Plus the Wii Sports Resort had.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Obviously, there's some sacrifices when you no longer have a sensor bar on top of your TV when it comes to tracking. Bowling, by the way, Wii Sports Bowling, still fantastic. When you break it out and play it, it just was so ahead of its time with its control scheme. Like, it sort of uses voodoo magic to make it really feel like bowling. Mm-hmm. But I'm mostly excited for flying.
Yes, me too.
I'm a big Pilot Wings fan. Wii Sports Resort was sort of a throwback to the Pilot Wings exploration missions and stuff. I would hope that they have more than just the plane.
Yeah.
But I know that's
because then you
too much to ask for.
You even had Pilot Wings Resort, which was the 3DS
Pilot
launch
Wings
game
Resort,
that was entirely on Woohoo Island. So they used Woohoo Island so much in the 2010s. There was Mario Kart tracks that took place on Woohoo Island, and it's been gone for a long time. So I was happy to see it back.
I'm just happy that I'll get it. Whenever I want to take to the links, I can play some golf. I don't know. I just missed. I really do miss playing golf on my Nintendo consoles. That and table tennis and tennis is all I really
some
need.
Mario Golf.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But I don't know. There's just something so satisfying about being on Woohoo Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's like one tropical game coming this October. A tropical game that is coming this summer, Splatoon Raiders, and today we learned we're getting a full direct for that title on June 30th. The game is out in July. We're going to get daily comics dropped on Nintendo today. There's going to be a Splatfest, and for Per Schneider, more Joy-Con 2 that are colored after Splatoon.
Will you be buying these?
No, so I have the alternate color one so that I had more sets. My daughter likes playing with, I use Pro Controllers, but she likes playing with the dock Joy-Con. No, it's just too close, guys. Like
It's
most
not
of the
enough.
time, they're attached to your system, and so the nice blue and yellow strips there are not visible, and so that it's just not enough for me.
Flip the color scheme.
Yeah.
It just needs to be. Just swap it a little bit. Move it a little to the left and more to the right.
I love that they want to keep this sort of color scheme and this convention going to make it look uniquely Switch 2, but it's like, it's just for that price.
Yeah.
It's very little color.
Yeah, it is. I know you
Not
showed
enough
me,
ink, guys.
The other day you were like, look at my Switch 2, and I noticed right away because I'm an insane person. But people around us were like, why are you showing?
I know. It was a joke. Like, people really don't notice.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to the Splatoon Raiders Direct because they still have not convinced me that this is not just something that started as DLC for Splatoon 3 that they decided to spin off into this $50 game because it looks like a single-player salmon run thing, get treasure, upgrade your stuff. It looks really fun. Splatoon single-player and their DLCs have been very good, but I'm waiting to see what happens when you dive into like a shrine, like a dungeon-like thing? Are there puzzles down there? Are there unique mechanics down there? Because right now it's looking a little too familiar.
I almost feel like this is the Q lab, the Q test lab for the next online Splatoon. Like they're going to test what gadgets people love in this one and how, whether they're OP or effective in a mode like Salmon Run. And then you're going to get those weapons in the actual mainline game in the future. But what we saw looked really cool. I mean, the exploration bot is neat. There were a lot of, sort of auto turrets and cool things you can plop down. That sort of stuff's always really fun.
They're 100% making an extraction shooter for Splatoon 4, aren't they?
I don't know. We'll see.
Is this the testing ground for that?
Yeah.
For people who have never played Splatoon, because it's primarily online, the single player just doesn't get as much attention. It's actually very good.
It's very.
And it has like Mario style boss battles that are both hilarious and really well executed from like a mechanical perspective. This game, above anything, has that game feel where like the like paint splatting, like you can feel it. Like when something pops and blows up in this game, when you win, when you take over the lead, all of that is like visually and feel wise like as good as it can be. So
agreed.
I'm hoping that there is more to it than just fight enemies horde style like in Salmon Run, that there is exploration and sort of puzzles and discovery there too.
Yeah, no, I think Splatoon is kind of an underrated series for Nintendo. Huge in Japan, not as much here, and it's like S tier. It's like the one of the best teams works on this. They feel amazing to play, and I want to see a little more because, like you said, the single-player stuff does always feel like a side offering. It doesn't mean it's not good. It is, and I thought this is a chance to put it front and center. And the cool thing about single-player Splatoon, and they especially leaned into this in the roguelite mode they recently did, Side Order for Splatoon 3, is it doesn't have to be balanced. And I think that in the first couple of campaigns, they just kind of drag and dropped their multiplayer balanced weapons. But in Side Order, they were just like, oh, why not just have like these shooting tornadoes that are destroying like 100 things at once? Like you can just go crazy. And that's what this is looking like.
Yeah, this is Q-Lab.
Yeah, so it's going to be really fun. That is out in July.
Don't touch that, Bond.
And then we got a free demo for Star Fox, which you can try out today. So we didn't see much of that game.
Because we know what's in the game, Logan, right? Like I actually thought they showed too much. Like I think we saw everything but Sector Z. I mean, we saw Area 6. We saw Area 6 in this one. Macbeth right there. There's Area 6. Solar, Zone S. Like, there's not a lot of this Sector X, with not a lot of mystery left to explore in this game. And so I don't know if I want to watch the
Treehouse?
Treehouse, because like I want some surprise in the visuals, because this game, I'm so familiar with this game. But this level, Meteor, you're going to be able to play has, there are multiple routes
Such
through
a good
this.
level, yeah.
It is just great. It teaches you how to brake and speed up and avoid asteroids, and then the lock-on system. And then there's this meta for Star Fox where you want to get medals, right? And so you have to be really smart on how you take out the enemies. Each enemy is a hit. You want to get to a certain hit ratio. Bigger enemies give you like a +3 bonus when you destroy them, or even +10. And so there's this whole meta game to playing through this game and getting all the medals later so that you get your Daddy McCloud sunglasses in the end.
Some secret missions.
That's right.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that we got to call it there. That is a wrap on our live episode of Nintendo Voice Chat. We're usually here on Fridays on the IGN Games channel on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Thank you so much, Per and Nick, for joining me.
Logan.
And thank you, everyone working behind the scenes here in the LA studio. And thank you so much for watching or listening. There's still lots more IGN Summer of Gaming right here all summer long. But for now, remember that Nintendo Voice Chat is the only place you can
get the thing.
IGN Summer of Gaming is presented by our official product partner, Lenovo Legion.
The average Cinefix movie list features nearly 100 different films and approximately 25 minutes worth of wall-to-wall deep dive analysis. To simulate that pace for this 30-second ad, we're featuring 26 different films, and before you say it, no, that math does not check out. We're not math people, we're movie people. We can't even count down from 10 without ending up at, like, 96. Subscribe to IGN Movies and TV for more Cinefix movie lists. Bad at math, great at movies.
Can't find that final collectible you're missing? IGN strategy guides and interactive maps are here to help.
One step at a time.
IGN guides are trusted by millions, easy to use, and best of all, free. IGN has the very best, most complete and accurate guides for Shadow of the Erdtree, Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, and so much more.
See? It's good, right?
Every guide is tested and verified for you by experts. Just search for IGN when you search for guides.
IGN Plus is where your adventure begins.
What are you selling?
Plus is the place to get unlimited access to all the tools you need to beat your games.
Here's what you need to know for bringing down Gloomspawn.
Plus, awesome exclusive discounts on IGN Store.
Maybe this would tease open your money pouch.
Plus, ad-free browsing on IGN.com. Plus, unlimited game help tools like premium interactive maps with your own custom map markers, filters, marker notes, and more.
This will come in handy.
Plus, access to sweepstakes, giveaways, and free game keys.
Wow. Exactly.
Want more? Head to IGN.com/plus and start your adventure today.